I'm finishing stuff up. Hey, hello, internets again.
Yeah, so we said, fuck it, we'll do it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do it live.
You don't want me to.
All right. All right, I believe we're live, and I am set up. Misha says, I say maybe this one will be better. Yeah, well, I can honestly say it wasn't me. I hope the show is as good as the last one. Yeah, we'll give it a couple minutes here. Let people come in. If you guys now again, like I can only hold 6 because we're on the duck here. So if any of you guys are having internet trouble or whatever, and it's fine, dip out and somebody else will jump in. But let me see here. All right. Tell me again about that 40. It's heavy. It's heavy lifting them 40s up. After you drink a couple of them, man, they get heavy. All right.
Well, you got to get the ones that are in the plastic bottles, like they give at sporting events, so you can't break them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. I'll give it a couple minutes here.
But I think we can all agree that this was all Sarge's fault and his love of apple fritters.
It's probably all
he's right
those
here.
guys. Those guys are all trying to get on the interwebs out there, and they ruined it. They ruined everything.
You ruined it.
You ruiner.
Stop ruining it, you ruiner.
It's all Sarge's fault.
Stop
I just want
ruining
to say
everything.
thank you for inviting me to the 101st episode of The Closer.
Oh,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's 100.1. This is 100.1.
100-A, subsection.
7, yeah, dash A, yeah. 7 Wonder says, I'm on my phone, but that looks like ground duck. I don't know. I don't know about that. Could ground something.
Larry.
Flock of gizzards.
Where's Larry?
Flock of gizzards. Yeah, and I ran.
Ran so far away.
Gotta get away.
Whoa, we got
All right.
2 live midnights.
Wait, what's going on?
I know your old one's still saying live for me, but that could
Oh, it probably is. It, you know what? Yeah, it probably is. I'm sure there's nothing going to be broadcasting to it, though, I would imagine.
No, it just sits there and spins. I actually X'd out of it because all it was doing was spinning, but you can still do the chat.
Sitting and spinning?
Yeah, if somebody wants to throw the I can hear somebody echoing too. Throw the link to this and that one if you want to.
Yeah, I've been spamming it.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's try this out. Let's try this show thing out, huh? So we got Glimtech, Fine Ape, Sarge, Roll Call, and Gizzard. How you guys doing out there in Tulsa? You having a good time?
Yep, tired.
Yeah, I bet it's a lot of walking, a lot of bullshitting too, huh?
Might
Talking
be
to a lot of people.
A little bit of that.
A lot of haggling.
You definitely stay busy out here, that's for sure.
Yeah, I imagine.
You're going to have to come next fall. You have to.
I know. I want to. That guy's Arminthius says no BS here. I don't know that I believe that. Can you guys corroborate that? She's not there bullshitting.
Quit skipping ahead in your page a day calendars. It takes a while for you to learn that new word for the day.
Cooperate.
You have to come out here so we can show you what a real Monte Cristo tastes like.
Yeah, there you go. She says we're all angels. Oh,
of the morning.
Yeah, that's a. You better be careful. You're gonna get
I hate to tell you, but you got like a tumor growing out the back of your head there.
You're gonna get rug burn on the top of your head. I can't believe you let him put his balls on top of your head like that.
You didn't ask. He just did.
Was Gizzard me too?
Yeah, hashtag Gizzard too.
Hashtag Gizzard me too.
Justice for Gizzard.
All right. So, yeah, if anybody, if anybody else jumps in, we can switch in and out. That's no big deal. It's unfortunate that GunTube crapped out on us. Night Striker's probably watching too much porn again.
I was going to say,
Overloaded
where's Night Strike, our commander in chief here? Where are we at?
Yeah.
Where's Night Strike, the commander in chief, CEO, tech support, and janitor of GunTube.org?
Yeah, he should be at our beck and call, or at least be our beck and call girl anyway.
Yeah.
Eh.
What happens in Tulsa stays in Tulsa. Psh, like anybody on Gun Channel to keep a secret. Yeah, right.
Craig, you take home with you.
Misha says, has anyone seen the video of the crazy lady saying gun owners are terrorists? I'm sure a lot of crazy people say that.
Yeah, you got to narrow it down.
Yeah. You forget most of the people in the world are crazy to begin with.
True.
I can confirm that.
True story. So I got a question, and somebody said something about bump stocks the other day. Since the ATF did that goofy ass retroactive, we didn't say that they were a legal thing. Is it? Can you own a bump stock right now?
You can own anything you like. It just depends on
Own it,
how
you can't
ready
possess
for
it.
any potential consequences you might like. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Yeah, like I said, I don't think the judge has ruled on that yet. Now he's, like I said, with everything there, I'm sure he's going to rule in the favor of removing that statute or whatever rule that they decided they were going to arbitrarily put in there. Since,
right. So
they themselves admit that it was only a suggestion. Yeah.
It was a suggestion. Like, we suggest you pay us money, or it'd be a real shame if something happened to you.
right. Yeah. They strong-armed the whole everybody that owned a bump stock. They basically strong-armed them. Yeah, and I was thinking about that yesterday. I was like, you know what? Like, does that mean that you can have them again? You could, I don't know.
I'd say while the court case is still ongoing, it's best just not to do anything. Now, if the court case comes out in favor, I would say anyone and everyone who has the manufacturing capability of it should start flooding the market with them.
And also, everybody that actually got rid of theirs should be filing lawsuits.
Right.
And by flooding the market, I don't mean say, oh, hey, this is gone, but now it's back, so you can have it at 20% over what they were before.
Well, I'll tell you, if they wanted to up the sales of them and make them real desirable, this is the best way to do it. Because if it does come out that you can have them again, they're gonna go crazy. People are gonna sell them like nuts. People are gonna buy them like crazy, I bet. Just on the fact that they couldn't have them, now you can again. No, it's just a weird. I don't know. I couldn't figure. I just thinking about it. It didn't really make sense what they did, but I'd be interested to see if what happens with that. Do you really need a bump stock? No. There's a lot of stuff that you don't need.
True. You also don't need underwear made out of cotton either. You can have it made out of wool and be itchy all day.
That's right.
I don't need 26 handguns in my case either, but I do.
Roll Call wears wicker underwear. So once you get used to it, I guess it's okay.
Wicker? I thought it was.
That's
slippery.
right.
I don't.
I thought it was bamboo.
Bamboo. Yeah, basket weave. It's woven like a basket.
Hemp underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guitar man.
Lycra. Dude, we got Thanksgiving coming up. So if anybody out there in the chat has any Thanksgiving food questions, today's the day to do it.
Yes,
Talk
as a
about-
matter of fact, I do. As a
Now
matter of
remember,
fact.
boys and girls, when you're going to deep fry your turkey, if you can get it living right before you dump it in the oil, that is the absolute best way to do it. And make sure you do it inside your garage, next to all your canisters of gasoline and diesel fuel.
Ladies
Oh,
and gentlemen, the views and
absolutely.
opinions expressed by Fine Ape are the views and opinions of Fine
Hey,
Ape.
hey! I can do my own disclaimer
Anybody
there.
in the chat, Midnight Range, Diet Beef Soda Zero. Oh, it does express the views of Diet Beef.
Ladies,
Soda
gentlemen,
Zero,
and
because
Jonas
that's
is
an
all ages.
inferior product.
The views and opinions of Fine Ape are the views and opinions of my own and do not reflect the views and opinions of Midnight Range TM, Glimtech Arms, Sarge T4 Defense, Roll Call, Gizzard Gary, or Diet Beef Soda Zero, the best and only beef soda you'll ever need.
Cool. Now back to the serious question is.
Anyway, yeah, we got a serious food question here. What
Yeah,
is
we
it?
do.
What's going on?
I wanted to do my turkey in the pellet grill this year.
Mm-hmm.
Suggestions? I've heard six different things and 32 different ways to do it.
Turn it on.
Turn on, light them on fire.
Lighter fluid.
Gasoline, lighter fluid.
Oh yeah,
Actually,
blowtorch.
if you can find a JP4
Propane.
propellant that's got the boron and zip fuel in it, perfect.
Ooh, yeah, there you go.
Here in Kansas, we nuclear fry ours.
you just dip it in the reactor. You dip it in the
That's
core,
Yeah, there you go.
and then at night it can.
Beef Soda Zero.
Yeah.
Nuclear.
I've had some tell me to put it on low and smoke it first, and then finish it off. And after about like 3 or 4 hours, and finish it off. And some
Yeah,
say
you probably
cook it
can smoke
first,
it.
and then smoke it for another couple hours after the fact, and add a couple hours onto it. And
Well,
If you're gonna smoke it, what end do you like?
I just want to know one thing.
yeah.
Smoke a turkey. How do you keep it lit?
That's what the JP4 is for.
very carefully.
Gasoline. That's what the gas is for. I don't know. I would think if you just hot smoke it, you'd be okay. I mean, there's cold smoking and there's hot smoking. When you cold smoke something, a lot of time it won't cook it, or it does slightly. I mean, you see cold smoking with. Ooh.
Sarge, me,
Cold-
please. Thank you.
Yeah. Squeak, 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 squeak. It's hamsters running around on the wheel. You see the cold smoking done with like fish and stuff a lot. But if you hot smoke it, I mean, I don't see why you can't just smoke it and cook it at the same time. I mean, as long as you take it up to, if you have it at like 200 degrees or something like that, you should be able to smoke it and cook it at the same time. I mean, you only have to take it to, like 160 or whatever.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch say, run it up to about 300, for majority of the time, and then kick it back and, smoke it some more and take the cover off it, take the lid off of it. And
I don't know. I mean,
and
I would think if you would, if I was going to try it, what I would do is I would smoke it lower. I'd try and get it at like 200, 225 and smoke it. And then maybe for the last couple minutes, turn it up and try and crisp up the skin a little bit. You could also hit one thing that helps us the skin too get crispy is if from the back, if you put your hand underneath the skin and the meat and lift that, run your hand up under the inside above the breast and peel the skin off, it gives it, your skin will get like really nice and crispy and crunchy too. I don't know. I don't know that I would do it at 300 degrees. I don't know that I would do it that high.
Do it 250 and just let it smoke the hell
I would
out
think
of it.
so. I would think so.
Yeah, if
'Cause,
Olympia
it's
is
not.
still in earshot, doesn't Clover do a lot of bulk smoking? Or does? Cause I thought his is like a pellet grill of some sort.
Whose?
Clover's.
Is his a pellet grill? I don't know.
I don't know. We had our Olympia here, but then Gizzard apparently got hair and she disappeared.
Like I said, I know if I do steaks, I usually put them on the top around 350, 400, and just let it go for 45 minutes to an hour, and they're done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. That's what I would do. You could also just make sure you brine it. That's a big deal. Brine that son of a bitch overnight if you can, at least. Just fresh water, a little salt, brown sugar, fresh herbs, garlic, and I like thyme. Sage is a really good one too with turkey and chicken. Sage is a good one, and that makes a huge difference. Something else too. I mean, that would be doing it on that grill would be a really good opportunity to do it like I do mine and debone it, take it off the carcass, because it's a lot faster. And then you could do it a little bit higher too, but it's all up to. I guess it's it's up
How
to
do you
you.
debone it?
You can either. I have a video. If you go under my playlist, there's a Thanksgiving playlist, and it's not right. I say debone it. It's not 100%. It's not 100% deboned. I don't debone it and have the whole carcass without the bones in it. I'll take the breast off.
It's always good to leave a few random bones. It's always
Well,
good.
I leave the bones in the dark meat because then it keeps a little bit of the moisture in there too.
It's the one where you like quarter it and then soak it in brine.
Yeah. Now I have in the past totally deboned chickens and stuff, but that's which is awesome. But not expecting people to go through all that. That does take some time.
You have to get some little chicken crutches to try to get around.
Yeah.
I have no
poor
idea
little
what
fella.
Gizzard did to you.
Yeah, poor little fella.
Poor little guys can't get around.
You get a little wheelchair.
And of course, Gizzard's not around when you need him. Typically.
Yeah.
They don't have a wheelchair. They can't use your little chicken arms to roll them because you took their bones out.
Seven Wonder says, "Oh my God, he leaves the bone in a dark meat. I need a drink."
Well, you should read his comment before that. So I think Seven's in a dark place, I'm thinking.
But you know what?
Oh yeah, Seven's he's having a hard time up there.
That's a whole nother problem.
Yeah. Thought I heard something about hand under the skin and peel away from the breast. Yeah, that's some serial killer shit, Seven. I'm glad you live in a different state.
Yeah, Seven, you really need to put down the books from Japan if that's where you're getting at.
They've been obnoxious or neighbors.
Not for long.
The promotion on the skin.
Obnoxious is going to be interviewed on the news. He seems so normal. I never saw it coming.
What are the big three, Sarge? When you see somebody, when you see somebody, what do they always say? He seems so normal. He kept to himself, and he seemed like a nice guy.
He always said hi. At least this is an excuse why I give to people at work why I don't tell them hi.
Yeah.
So one other thing I just want to throw out there real quick is if anybody's interested in picking up a Smith & Wesson M&P Shield, $200 after rebate from Palmetto State.
Wait, how much is it?
$200 is $249.99 with a $50 rebate from Smith & Wesson. $200 for an M&P Shield, 9 or 40.
That's
they
awesome.
The regular Gen 1 shields, or are they the newer Mark IIs, or what?
Let me check here in a second. I think these are the newer ones.
I know the last year you saw a lot of those deals with the Gen 1s. The Gen 2s are out, but the Gen 1s were super cheap. So, I mean, I don't know that it would surprise me if they're the newer ones, but that'd be pretty awesome if they were the new ones. I saw a really awesome package the other day. It was a lower and shield for like $260 or something like that.
Yeah, you get like $300 some dollars with a $50 rebate.
Yeah,
that's on here too.
Okay. I wish I had the money. I'd buy it.
$349.99 with a $50 rebate, so $300.
Well, I'd do that in a heartbeat if I had the money. Shield's a nice gun. I really like that's at the top of my list as far as carry guns.
Midnight. You work at the Waffle House. You just need to stand out behind the dumpster between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. and you'll get the $50 made up.
That's true.
So in answer to your question, that the $200 one is the Gen 1.
Oh, okay.
They have the Shield 2.0s, which is the Gen 2 for $329. So you're still under $300 for.
Yeah, that's tough to beat, man.
You're still
That's
well
a
under
good.
$300.
That's a good gun for what, $270.
Yep. If you want night sights, add in $100.
Oh, it's $100 for night sights.
Yep. This is it. I'm sorry. Yeah. $100.
Wow.
Is that the package that's night sights and or night sights with 3 mags, or just night sights? Because I know they used, like when I got mine, it was, well, you can either get the regular one with 2 mags, you can get one with night sights and 3 mags, or you can get a Performance Center one with 2 mags.
This is a night sight and 3 mags.
Okay.
2.0 night sight, 3 mags, $449 with a $50 rebate.
That's not bad. 3 mags then. They don't normally ship with the 3.
Yeah, my only.
I know they.
2.
Yeah. It's like a what is it? A 6 and 7 round or 7 and 8 round? What is it? If it's a 9.
My extended magazine for my 40 is a 7 round, so the flush would be a 6. So I'm thinking yours would be like an 8 and a 7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. That's a good deal, man. Snatch it up if you can. I mean, we're coming up on Black Friday too. I'm wondering what the hell is going to happen this year for Black Friday with ARs, since since ARs are
Rifle Friday.
Yeah, exactly. Like the prices are so solid right now, so good right now. I can only imagine what the hell's going to happen on Black Friday. Start seeing some sub $300 rifles.
Palmetto State Armory site will crash, just like Olight.
Yeah, because I just ordered my my 2 lowers, my the hell are they called? Punisher Trump lowers.
Oh yeah, with
Punisher
that,
with
yeah,
the
the
hair.
Punisher with the hair. Yeah.
It's a Punisher with a hair. Yep, I got 2 of those. I got 2 of those coming, and then I got 2 coming from PSA that are just regular Trump blowers.
Gizzard, I'll see you, buddy. Thanks for
Night,
stopping
Giz.
in.
Yep, thanks for having me. Congrats on your 100.
Hey, now
Oh, no problem, bud.
we're asking you an important question, and you want to take off. I need to know how to cook a turkey on a pellet grill, and you're the master.
Me? Not me.
So they tell me.
No, that's Clover.
No,
Clover
that's
has a
Clover.
pellet grill.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Nobody then. Fine, you
Connect-
can go away then.
Be gone. You are of no use to me.
And I threw this bad boy up on food chat, Instagram the other day. That was as an impulse buy. You guys seen these?
Oh yeah. Chug.
Friggin'.
Chug.
It's yeah.
Oh wait, you broke the seal on it. How do we know you drew?
I didn't. It's still on there. I just started to open it.
Oh, here I thought little man got into it.
Yeah, no, he didn't see it, he didn't see it, or he probably would have.
Or would have been. Just point at it.
Like, what's that? No, I could hear him. I can hear him already going like, "What's that?" Today was funny. He said something super funny this morning as we got up this morning, and he loves pancakes. Pancakes are like his favorite breakfast. So I made him some pancakes, and I started getting myself some cereal. And he saw the box and he goes, "What's that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's cereal." And he goes, "Rambo Barn." I was like, "Rambo Barn?" And it's like he's Raisin Bran. I laughed my ass off. I was like, "Rambo Barn." He's doing really good.
Did you take your kid to the new Rambo movie?
Yeah.
If so, you are both a terrible and an awesome parent.
I know, a little bit more of one than the other. Well, it smells like it smells like. It kind of smells like a buttery nipple or something, because you can smell the peanuts in it. That's it's not as awesome as I thought it was going to be. It just tastes like chocolate milk with peanuts in it. Snickers. You disappoint.
Now just wait in 5 minutes, you'll realize that it was actually a dietary laxative.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Hey, Knives, what's going on, buddy?
Knives, you
going
just
on.
missed the chocolate.
Those aren't peanuts. Well, they might be peanuts.
No, they're actually they're peanut flavored soy protein.
Oh, that's probably more true, yeah. Have you guys heard of this? This is pretty cool. I saw this on Instagram. And share. Am I sharing?
Mm-hmm.
These are pretty cool.
Who's sharing?
Share alike.
Well, that's how I
called-
got this rash.
It's called Barrel Band. I thought this was pretty cool. It's a company that makes like rings for men. Well, I guess they probably make them for women too, but and they're cut from shotgun barrels.
Why?
Because why not? Well, pretty neat.
Because you're taking a perfectly functional barrel, I'm assuming, and lopping a little bit off. Unless of course their side business is making NFA items and
That's
taking
actually
an 18-inch barrel and chopping it down to a 10-inch barrel. In which case, yeah, sure.
That's not a bad point. Yeah. So, I thought that was kind of a neat idea. You know what I mean? They have just the regular gunmetal ones, and pretty cool. What?
Dead Horse out in the chat. Yes, wedding rings from destroyed guns. This must be a new Benchmade venture.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I thought it was a pretty neat idea. And I'm sure they're not taking. I highly doubt they're taking old guns and cutting them up. They're probably just buying. They're buying a barrel. I mean, how much is a barrel cost? I mean, you buy a barrel for super cheap, yeah.
Anywhere between like $200 and $250.
Yeah.
Which, yes, if those are, say, an 1/8 inch wide and you've got let's say 2 feet of usable material on the barrel, they're charging $200 and some bucks.
Yeah. Yeah, just have them sized, and that's kind of neat.
Probably just steel pipe. Oh, that's probably where they're getting them from. They're those buybacks, those guys who take the stuff from Home Depot with the black pipe and the bungee cords around the around a 2x4.
That's true. That could be happening too.
Probably just steel.
I thought that was interesting. Something else. It was something else too. Oh, I don't know if Ghost is still out there. I know he never jumped back in the chat when we got screwed up, but I found this was another one on Instagram. I saw a picture. And this is an organization called History Flight. I thought it was really cool. I wanted to talk about it a little bit. There was a picture of a Marine, and he was from. It said it caught my attention because it said it was from Pennsylvania. And I clicked on it and was reading it. And this company is a nonprofit organization that is, what they do is they recover military people from the military. I don't want to say just men, because I mean women too, I'm sure, but if there is any, I'm sure there is, that were unrecoverable. Okay. Which is we've talked about a little bit on the show. I'm going to share this one too. Okay. So one of my grandfather's best friends was killed. His squad was ambushed on Guadalcanal back in 42, I think it was 42 or 43. And none of them were recovered. None of the men were recovered. I think it was a dozen men. For whatever reason, they searched and they were never able to find the men's bodies. So that's what this company, I don't call it a company, it's a business, like, it's a foundation, yeah, organization. That's what they do. They do research and they travel around the world, Europe and the Pacific, and they search for the remains of fallen soldiers. So the post that I saw was a Marine from Iwo Jima. Oh no, Tarawa. I'm sorry, it was Tarawa. And they brought his remains home so that he could have his proper burial and so whatever family would be sure his kids, or if he has kids or family, that they have they have some closure. So this is pretty cool. It's called History Flight. History Flight is a privately operated 501c3 nonprofit organization dedicated to researching, recovering, and repatriating America's servicemen who have been listed as missing in action during past American conflicts back to U.S. soil. Since being founded in 2003, over 100 History Flight missions have recovered the remains of over 100 missing servicemen in both the European and Pacific theaters of war to help them return to their families. U.S. Flight has also been responsible for the recovery of over 250 additional sets of remains that have been turned over to the Defense POW MIA accounting agency that are currently in process of identification. So what's kind of nice too is, with those 250 people that were brought back and they don't really know who they are, at least they're back on American soil, at the very least. At least they're not, they're brought back and are being cared for properly. History Flight utilizes a multifaceted search and recovery results proven approach, coupled with an unmatched world-class passion and dedication for the mission of finding our lost servicemen. So, it goes on and on. There's a website here. You can donate. It says they were on NBC, the Today Show in May, which is kind of cool. Didn't know anything about them. So I just thought, we're coming up on, I know Veterans Day. Today's the Marine Corps birthday. And I know Veterans Day isn't about servicemen that didn't come home. It's about the ones that we still have with us and we can thank. But, it does kind of tie in, you know what I mean? And I don't think anybody would be upset about talking about this on the show. So, History Flight.
And if they are, too bad. Suck it up.
Yeah. I'll agree with that. I think if you'd have an issue with that, there might be a little something wrong with you. History Flight Incorporated. They do have an Instagram and, like I said, the website there. So if you're looking for something different, something really cool to maybe donate to, like I say, it's a nonprofit, so I'm guessing it's tax deductible.
Yes.
If they have if it's a 501c, that means it's tax deductible. So go check them out. It's pretty awesome, and I'll probably do a little Instagram post about them or something. But for them to have, I know with my father's friend's situation, they landed they landed at the wrong spot on the wrong where they weren't supposed to, and then when they went up the beach and into the jungle, they were ambushed. So at first there was a little bit of confusion about where the bodies might be, and then when they went to recover them, they couldn't find them. They weren't there, and 2 men out of the 12 or whatever did get away, then survived. So that there was definitely accounts of where it happened and whatnot. So it was really, really sad. It's really a shame. And when I was reading up on their situation a little bit, there was a statement that, and you hear about mass graves and, and that kind of thing. But I guess another thing that, that they said happened, and they used to do it more for psychological, I don't know, say psychological warfare or whatever. They would take the bodies and I don't want to say display them, but they would spread them. They would put them so, I guess, their friends or whatever would see them, would see the bodies. It's pretty horrible. So they went back and tried to find them and couldn't. At least twice I read there was two different instances where people went to try and find them and they were never recovered. It's really a shame. On their website, I believe it was on their website, they said there's over 78,000 servicemen that are listed as unrecovered, or I don't know if it's even. I don't know that that's even MIA. I think this is unrecovered, so that they have been deemed. You're deemed killed in action after a certain amount of time. That happened with my grandfather's friend. Sometime within, I think it was like 8 months or something. He was deemed unrecovered, killed in action, assumed killed in action. So I think that's what the 78,000 is. It's a lot of people. It's a shame. Misha's saying in war all is fair. Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I also think that when somebody fights for their country, no matter who it is, I think they deserve to be taken back to their home so that their families has closure. I think that's important. I think that's something that, war is hell kind of thing, and it's horrible, and, the rules don't apply a lot of times, but I think something like that is important for both sides. I think so. So, my Instagram post, I had one Instagram post of the Marine Corps birthday. I picked this up at the gun show. Last gun show I went to. It was a cool little Marine Corps patch with a little bulldog on it, and showed my grandfather's. I was talking about this on somebody's show. I think it was Chat. I think it was Ghost Chat. That I have the casing from his salute when he had his military. You can see that it's got there it is. Little 30-06 casing. That was from his ceremony, and then my uncle had it engraved with the date, which is really cool. So that's pretty neat. If anybody has any, if anybody goes to a military ceremony and they have the salute, you can keep the casings. They'll offer them to you. And that's a really cool thing to do. Just have the date put on them, or maybe their birth date. I could see having their birth and death, those dates, or this was, again, the date of his ceremony. So that was pretty cool.
I like that idea because I have one for my dad and one for my uncle.
Yeah,
So
they just took it to
the Navy.
Yeah, with this one, I didn't reload at the time, and then this is something that's another step further, and some people would want to do it, and some people maybe wouldn't. But I didn't reload at the time, but my uncle's brother did, and they had the casings engraved, and I think they took them to a jeweler or something, and then they put some of my grandfather's ashes inside and took a 30 it's a 30 caliber, it's a 30-06, put a bullet in upside down and seated it. So that's actually the grandkids, me, and a couple of my cousins have them, and they have some of my grandfather's ashes inside, which is pretty awesome. Every once in a while I take it out and give it a little polish. Yeah. Every once in a while I take it out, give it a little polish, because it gets, it's brass. All right. So, second Instagram post today was old Joy Behar. Did you guys see what she had said?
Who?
Yeah.
I
From
saw
The
what you
View.
wrote, but I didn't get to see what you said yet.
Yeah. So she had sorry, here, let me find it so I don't want to misquote her, you know what I mean? That would be horrible.
Oh yeah, we wouldn't want to see your mug up on
That
the
is
They
the
were-
one where you don't tell them what you're about to take.
Yeah. Yeah, they were talking about they were talking about confiscation and this, that, and the other thing. And she said, like, if you're going to take people's guns away, wait until you get elected and then take the guns away. Don't tell them ahead of time. And I thought, God damn, isn't that like one of the most un-American sentiments you've ever heard? Like,
Yeah.
lie. Oh, no, just lie. Just lie to get elected. That's all you got. Just lie to get elected. Do whatever you got to do. Say whatever you got to say. And then once you get elected, then you just do what you want.
Coming from the biggest hypocrite in the world, because when she walks off that stage, she has four-arm guards that walk with her everywhere she goes, everywhere.
I can't wrap my head around it. Like, it's such bullshit. I can't believe that somebody, would kind of, especially with that mentality, like, would say it just like, because saying it like that, doesn't that just make you totally un-American? And so I did this Instagram post and I tagged her in it. And after I put it up, I was like, you know what? I should make sure that that's hers, right? So I clicked on it and it's hers. It's not she doesn't have a ton of posts on this one. It's Joy V. Behar. And the fourth most recent post is this is this old picture of a sailor. I clicked on it, and it's a picture of her. You probably can't see it. There you go. That really old picture, or looks like the picture like of my grandpa or something when he was in the military, when he was in the Marines. And it says, "This is my father, a World War II veteran. He fought, along with many others, to preserve our valuable democracy. Don't let it slip away." I thought, you hypocritical son of a bitch. Are you kidding me? You're going to post a picture of your dad and tell us not to let our democracy slip away, and also go on your huge television show and tell candidates running for president to just lie and then do whatever you want after you get elected. Lie to get elected, and once you're elected, then you can do what you want. It's pissed me off to no end. It's driving me out of my mind. I can't. It's so wrong. It's bullshit. So, that's really shows poor conservatives. Welcome to the reality of the left.
Well,
Yeah.
it's their freedom and their democracy, not what everyone else would consider freedom, democracy.
Right. I'd be, her dad, my grandfather, all these people that did what they did, like, to see what's happening now, it's shameful. I just can't imagine what these guys would think. Like, all those men that died, all those men that went across the world to fight, to have freedoms, to keep our country, the way that, it should be. To have somebody say that, it just drives me nuts.
She's an elitist. What do you expect from an elitist?
I
That's
totally
the problem.
understand.
That's the problem with her. And then on top of what she said about that, she insulted that Tulsi Gabbard lady, called her a straight idiot. It's like, These people have no remorse. They don't care about you. They don't care about anything. All they do is care about themselves and their rich friends.
Mm-hmm. I just, it kind of like what she said piss me off a little bit, Then to go and see what she said under her dad's picture there, just was like salt in a wound. Don't let your freedoms, don't let your free. Are you kidding me? Don't let our democracy slip away. But tell them to lie. All right, makes no sense.
Reality is relative.
My wife's gonna assault her. She's gonna beat her up.
Well, she did say boob, so we didn't know if she was talking about the person itself or the anatomy part.
Yeah. It's miserable. Oh God. So that's my Joy Behar is my shit list of the week. Misha says they fought with guns, but not for your guns. They say, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's bullshit, man. Did you guys watch any of Donald Trump Jr. on The View? That was interesting. Man, they were really getting after each other. It's definitely a good one to go watch the segment with him on there. He did well. He was pretty aggressive too. He didn't just sit back. He really went after him.
So you're saying he's his father's offspring?
Oh yeah, he didn't back down at all. It's a good
That's
watch.
the one where he told Joan that she had dressed up in blackface.
Yeah.
And she's like,
Yeah.
no, I didn't. I just dressed up as an African woman.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
what? So you're going to sit here and insult these people for having blackface, but you're just going to dress up as an African woman? You moron.
Isn't that culturally appropriating?
Yeah, she said I dressed up as an African something, and I just wore, and didn't he say, or somebody said, are you wearing dark tanner or something? She says it's just a little darker than normal or something. It's like that doesn't make it sound any better. Why am I watching The View? I'm not watching I don't watch The View. I just watched this. I went on and watched the segment where Trump Jr. was on.
Well, Mia, I hate to tell you this, but Midnight's been lying to you. He's not, in fact, working at the Waffle House. The second you leave for work, he's back at home being Mrs. Mom.
Yeah.
I thought you watched it on your DVR. The View today.
Shh. DVR. I got it on my phone, man. 24/7.
I thought that was so you
Been
wouldn't
watching.
miss an
Yeah, he
episode.
streams it live.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man. I started back from scratch. That show's been on for I don't know how many. I mean, is that 100 year? I don't know how many years it's been on. I have no idea.
At
Too
least
many.
10 years.
Yeah. But it was funny. I watched a video, and they were talking about it, and they also always throw that picture up of Ted Danson at that awards show or that roast or whatever he was at when he was wearing blackface. And Whoopi is like, I guess that's when they were together. They were dating for a while or got married or something. I don't know. And she's just laughing at him. She's like smiling at him, looking up at him, and he's there like with a big top hat and blackface, and it's crazy. She's super. Whoopi Goldberg's bananas too, man. She's crazy. She there was a thing with her because I started looking into this, and one of the videos had her kind of defending. Was it Roman Polanski? It's they were calling him, basically, I think the girl that he was with was 13 or 14, I think.
Polanski.
He got caught with that chick. And
Now, is Polanski or Scorsese the one that's like in self-imposed exile in
That's-
Sweden or
that's
something because he'd be...
yeah, it's Polanski. And she kind of defended him. She was like, oh, well, in certain countries, 13s or 14s not, it's not rape. She goes, it's not rape. Literally, she said, it's not rape. And it's like, oh my God.
So you mean like in Spain, if you're unconscious and you don't resist, it's not rape.
Yeah, how about that shit? Now, I'd heard about that, but I did not look into it. And that was like four men, right? It was multiple people.
Uh-oh. Seven's all jacked up on chocolate pebbles.
It's cocoa pebbles, bro.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Well, now hold on there, Mr. Moneybags. Not all of us can afford the actual name brand. Some of us get in like the 50-pound sack at the feed store.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I'm a knockoff cereal guy myself. I don't mind a knockoff stuff at all.
Even though I did recently see in my last Wally World trip, they do apparently now sell actual Pebbles cereal in 10-pound sacks.
Nice.
They do.
It's not just the multi-meal or great value.
Nice. Use those for some Rice Krispie treats. Poor conservative multi-meal bags. Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. Chocolatey, buttery, marshmallowy. Ooh, maybe mix a little peanut butter in with it.
I've heard that joke before, Misha. So he said, some people ask why I pick up hitchhikers, as one could be a serial killer. I laugh and I say, what are the odds that there could be two in one car? I've heard that before. That's a good one. Yeah. All right. There was something. Was something that my wife wanted. She mentioned to me, and I wrote it down. What to bring? Oh, the clapping thing. That's right.
Your wound-up son of a bitch of the week pen?
No. There was a thing. Let me look it up here. There was a.
So is that what you were talking about with your earlier with your little issues that you were having that I didn't hear about?
I don't know.
When we first started on the original chat, you were going to go into it.
Oh, it's about from the other day.
Yeah, I believe so.
That's a whole nother issue.
Oh, that's the a-hole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
A whole nother issue.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a whole different color.
Yeah. Okay. So, how many we got?
We do have something to talk about.
I'll give you a couple of reasons not to talk about it.
Yeah. So
it's
really it's Kinky says, why are there two streams? Because one of them died. GunTube died on me. That's why the other one died. That's why I could not get it restarted. It dumped me out of it, and I could not for the life of me figure out how to get back into it. And the other guys said they got dumped out of it too. So I had to go on the StreamYard. And
are you saying you didn't hear Midnight Cry on the night that GunTube died?
The night that the lights went out in Georgia.
No,
Kinky, you have a link there, buddy, if you want it. All right, so I wish there was more than 21 people watching because this is a funny story. So we got treated to the number one reason that you should not ever put the link for the chat into the text chat the other day. All right.
Just that in and of itself, I can tell this is gonna.
Oh, this is bad. Oh, George says I'm here listening. Yeah, this is. I didn't even. Yeah, this one's pretty bad. So, Black Cat does his Saturday afternoon chats, right? Let me get a drink for this one. I got my Grim mug, by the way. Got my Grim mug out of retirement. There you go.
No Tiny Waters?
Yeah. No, not today. No Tiny Waters. So,
and this is all recorded, right? This is all recorded. I can
It's
go back
recorded,
and
but
watch it.
though.
It is
Private.
now private because he would get his channel pulled for sure. All right, so listening to him a little bit, doing whatever. Misha says you should be happy 21 people here. Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
No, I'm
especially
just
after
normally
jumping
I
ship.
don't care how many people are here, but this is a good one. So I'm listening to it and I was like, I gotta get into the his chats are wild sometimes. Oh, which boy, you should have been watching this one. And I had to pick some crab meat. We get crab meat in, and sometimes it has shell in it. You got to pick through it. So I actually have a black light in my refrigerator, in my walk-in cooler, and I go in there and I turn the light off and I turn the black light on, and the shells will glow. The meat is like,
It'll be
kind
like
of a dull
purpley.
color. They'll glow whitish. Yeah. So what I do is sometimes I'll just if I'm going in there for a while, I'll just put my headphones on in there and I'll listen to something, whatever, listen to some music or whatever while I'm in there, because sometimes I'm in there for like half an hour if I have to pick a couple of pounds. And so his chat was on, so I go into the cooler and I'm listening to the chat, and it's him and Kingpin and I forget who else was in there. Night Strike was in there and Rob D was in there. And then Night Strike and Kingpin dumped out, and it was just Rob D and Black Cat. And they're talking a little bit, bullshitting. And I guess he put the link in the chat. And he was on StreamYard, so you have to invite them in. You know what I mean? If you've never done a chat here, you can't just jump in to StreamYard. You come in, and then I have to click on you so that you can be seen. And I hear Black Cat go, oh, who's this? I don't know who this is. Well, let's click on him and find out. And clicks on it, and I hear like a chick's voice a little bit, and then I hear Rob say something. And Rob said something, and if you know Rob's real laid back. He's just like, oh, what the hell that is, or something. And Black Cat couldn't see what it was because he was on his phone, and he clicked them out or whatever, dumped them out of the chat. So I was like, man, what the fuck was that? That was really weird. Like the way that they were acting was really weird. So I came out of the cooler and I rewound the chat a little bit to when he brought him in, and Mia says I love Rob D. This was interesting. Yeah, so. The number one reason you never want to put the link in the chat is because somebody might join, and when you click on them, they might be mooning their camera. So I don't know who it was. All I know was that the screen name was Amber, and he clicks on them to bring them into the chat. And because it's only 3, it was pretty big. It's a lot bigger than the blocks are now.
So you're saying it was a big, full big moon?
It was like, so I rewound it, and as soon as he brought him in, it was like, bam, old man ass and saggy balls.
So you're saying literally you do not want to invite assholes
Literally
to your chat?
literally, literally, bam, asshole.
What an asshole!
What an asshole.
I mean, look at the symmetry and the bleachness of it.
So I texted Black Cat real quick, and I was like, he by that time turned the chat off, but he had said, no, it wasn't a man. She says a man named Amber. No, it must have been a chick's account, because when he clicked to bring them in, I heard her say, when I listened to it again, she goes, oh, quick, do it. And then bam, old man ass. So, Seven Wonders says it took me an hour to shave that. No, because it wasn't shaved. It looked it was like a Wookiee. It's horrible.
Are you saying that? Well, how do you know it wasn't a transgendered person who who was being so horribly discriminated against because no waxing salon would do a Brazilian on their obviously non-existing external genitals.
Well, if you send that, if you send a message over to Black Cat and say, "Hey, look, you need to contact Lawnmower 2.0 because that would probably be a really good video commercial for it."
Yeah. So, so he had turned he'd quit. He had, stopped streaming. And I texted him, I'm like, you better make that fucking thing private really quick, man. You better make that private. And, so I did. That was after I did a screenshot, of course. So I did a screenshot.
I don't think you did.
Just for for reference there, Midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Mostly.
I'm not saying it was, and I'm not saying it was Night Strike. But I am saying Night Strike was in the chat, and then he left the chat, and then this happened. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it was him. So here's what I'm gonna do. Sarge, is your mic on?
It is right now.
All right, here I'll text it to you, buddy, and we'll.
Are you sexting a cop?
Yeah, here we go.
Apparently.
Now, Sarge, just make sure that you're not walking into an apartment building.
Sarge, put your.
I'm sorry.
I want to react. This would be a good. This is going to be the reaction video. You should put your camera on.
All right, hold on. Hold on.
Oh,
Yes, you do.
I do, but I don't.
You do, but you don't. All right, let's see.
I hear obnoxious.
All right.
Make sure you click on Sarge there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We're on camera, Sarge.
I know. I'm playing around with it. You can't hardly see us. All right. This is us.
Oh,
So
what
you
a cute
sent it?
couple! Did you just boot him?
Oops. Hold on.
There you go.
How?
Ruh-roh.
No, I got him. There
I
he is.
can't believe
How
you.
do I?
Fuck is wrong
We're
with
back.
Oh, there we go.
We're back.
Okay. Okay. Look how intense Obnoxious is looking right now. Look at him. He's like, oh,
boy, Sarge, you
yeah,
need some,
really.
You need some.
He's really waiting. He's wiping.
Why is
He
this
just wiped
narrow?
his mouth. I think he's really looking. He's really.
Because you're holding
he's
up,
really
right?
excited about this. He's drooling a little
Like
bit.
that. See
Whoa.
why?
There you go.
There we
Now
go.
the question is,
All
can
right.
you see the picture Midnight will be sending? Uh-oh.
Oops. Now you killed
No,
it.
you haven't sent it.
Uh-oh. Hey, we can't see nothing.
Killed your camera. Take your hand off the camera. There you go.
It's not over the camera. It's whenever you go out. You said you'd send it.
No, I sent it now. Okay, here it comes.
Well,
Giggity.
when I flipped. to
Oh,
go
I
out,
should
it must have
send
turned
it to
the camera off.
Obnoxious. How about
Send
I
it to
should
him
send it?
because it turned off the camera.
Don't send it to me.
Okay, I won't. I
Do
won't
it.
send it to
I
Obnoxious.
won't not send it to Obnoxious.
Send it.
Okay, I won't. Don't worry, I won't send it to Obnoxious.
All right, we're not looking at it.
No,
He's got to send it.
he sent it.
Oh no. Here we go.
I so don't want to open this.
Sarge, can you identify this man?
Are you kidding me?
Don't make it bigger. What's wrong with you?
Look at Sarge. You look.
That doesn't look like Amber.
It's not Amber.
It's not
It
Amber.
doesn't look. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Totally not
It's
Amber.
not Amber. I hope
And,
not.
that image will haunt you for the rest of the night.
Do we have an exact location of where Kinky was at the time of this text, or when this chat took place?
No, I'm not. I don't know. He
Well-
was in Texas, but you can be all around the world.
Now, you
Did I
see what you
confirm or
need to
deny?
do is you need to go post that on Never Enough Ammo's Discord under the NSFW and say, have you seen this man?
Have
He
you
actually
seen this?
erased it. He just deleted it. He didn't
Oh,
even want
it's
that.
It's not gone.
No.
It's
He
not
didn't even
gone.
want the valuable evidence on his phone.
You got the evidence. The
Valuable
valuable evidence.
on that particular memory storage device.
Oh my gosh! All right, well, there you go. You got it.
Oh man. Yeah. Now he's look. See, what's he doing now? He's going into his deleted pictures. He's gonna undelete it.
Deleted it.
Yeah, right.
You just put in that. You put in the folder marked special software.
Taxes. 2009.
That's his screensaver now.
That's his lock
Oh
screen.
my gosh!
Oh my
I
god.
think Pickle just went to bed.
Oh,
Where's Pickle?
did he see the picture? He saw the picture, and now he's going in his bedroom, isn't he?
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Not saying that didn't happen, huh?
Send it to Pickle.
Send it
Hold
to
on.
Pickle. I don't have Pickle's phone number.
It's 1-800-CaliforniaCucumbersRUs.net.
California Pickle. Yeah. Oh man. So that's how.
So that's the thing.
So that's a thing. Yeah.
So remember, boy.
Pickle said go ahead and send him that picture.
Pickle said, please send it to him. If you could crop out Black Cat and Rob D, would be
Oh,
So
Snap
if
says he'll
you-
be back in a few.
And
Oh, he's
definitely-
We start talking about old man balls and hairy
Yeah.
assholes, and he's all he calls
Here,
it.
what- I'll just go ahead and take care of that for you. I'll forward it to Snub.
the wife says, "Are you all in the same hotel room?" Yeah, they have a house. They rented a house.
They did a Airbnb or something. B&B Air. Which apparently, after a fatal shooting in California, Airbnb is going to be cracking down on quote-unquote party houses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck,
At
who
least
cares?
according to Tim
Yeah.
Pool, so take that however you feel.
Could
Uh-oh. We
So
talked about
I-
hairy assholes, and then Armament Axis popped in as well.
I texted RL then and I said, I can't keep this to myself, right? He goes, I didn't think you would. Oh man. So I don't know if he's deleted it yet, but it's private. He should just delete the damn thing and get rid of it so he doesn't get in trouble for it.
YouTube will still pull it out.
You
Just
might.
remember, even on your own computer and that, just deleting it doesn't get rid of the file. It just checks a little box next to it saying, hey, this little block of data is free so you can right open it.
The gun snob said, "Oh my God, I just opened a text from Sarge."
And the gun sounds like, I didn't realize I had a hemorrhoid there.
Oh. Oh.
Boy, I really do need that.
I
Lawnmower
really-
2.0.
I really do need to get a stronger bleach.
That gentleman might need to do some manscaping.
You think?
Dr. Spot made me.
Oh, that doctor appointment made.
Kinky's no gentleman.
That's true.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what was Yankee doing at the time?
That's true. I mean, there's all sorts of
can
people
bend
that
that way.
there's all sorts of people that are unaccounted for. I mean, I don't know. I'm not the cop here. You guys are the cops. You guys got to track this monster down. I got the evidence.
It's the
valuable
Mad
evidence.
Mooner.
It's gonna put away a monster. Maniac. That's what it is. A maniac. I'm gonna put a maniac
Keep
away.
going. Account his crimes. Do it. Do it.
Oh boy, I can't remember.
Taking
I
a
got the
woman.
evidence. The valuable evidence is gonna put away a maniac for the crime of hanging his saggy balls out on Instagram or and YouTube. Put the evidence in the car. On the YouTube. Put the evidence in the car. Horrible.
Just terrible.
I mean, every once in a while you hear about people putting the the link to the chat and the text, and some random dude shows up, or Ben Farrell comes on and does something stupid or whatnot.
crackle.
But yeah, does
Get
something
scolded.
stupid. But yeah, this is at the top of the list, epic for sure. Baby shit compared to what this dude's been doing. Sarge, you got to track down Amber, lock them up.
Don't gender assume.
Lock them up.
It's an it.
That's what's more screwed up about the whole thing is it's a team job, and it was preconceived. What are they? Not preconceived. What do they call it?
Premeditated.
Premeditated. Yeah.
That means it's first degree mooning.
Plus, I wouldn't do that for free. Oh, apparently Kinky has standards. He wouldn't moon for free. He charges us for it.
Oh. Well, do you have a Patreon account?
I just got an alert that Midnight just became a Patreon of Kinky, so is it a coincidence that happens right afterwards?
That's what I just said. Do you have a
I think
Patreon account,
not.
or how do you do this? How do you work this?
That's a first degree mooning with some aggravating factors. 2 of them.
Aggravating factors. Yeah, I told. Obviously these guys didn't see the picture. I was just telling them what happened the other day. I called them, and I was like, Obnoxious has that one target, that steel target in his backyard. It's the ass of like a goat or a cow or something with his nuggets hanging down. It looked just like that. Was I lying?
No. And but the best part about the phone call is you started laughing so hard, and we were laughing, and you were laughing. I knew you were crying. You had to be laughing so hard.
I could. I just. I don't know that there's anything that's ever happened that I've been like, I got to tell somebody this. I can't not tell somebody what just happened.
I've got to laugh at this, or I'm going to bust a rib.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god.
Can't hold it in.
I gotta tell somebody.
I'm sure the employees, you guys working with you, are just like, what is wrong with him?
Yeah, I was like, I gotta go outside. I'll be right back. Armament Axis says, if I moon someone, there will be a Bigfoot head sighting. You mean Bigfoot head? Bigfoot's got his head in your ass?
I think he might be talking about the fact that it's time for him to start thinking about the extra super absorbent depends.
Maybe it was Armament Axis. Where were you on Saturday around 2 o'clock or whenever the hell that chat was going on?
And what's your girlfriend's name?
Armament? What's your girlfriend? What's your old lady's name?
Well,
Did you pick up?
Well.
Did you pick up anybody at a truck stop named Amber on Saturday?
Or is Amber just your stage name down at the 69 Double Drive?
Whoa.
The Amber Lamps.
There, somebody called Amber Lamps.
Call the Amber Lamps.
That's a great video too. Somebody called Amber Lamps.
Call the Amber Lamps. Man, you leaking. You leaking.
He was prairie dogging. Armament and Amber. Oh yeah.
Will you notice they both start with A and have an M in it? Therefore,
Amber and
proof
Axis.
positive.
And at the very least, guilt by association.
Yeah.
It's guilt by mob rule on the internet.
Perception's reality. This is who we think it is.
A&A. Amber Lamps and assholes.
And besides, we have a YouTube channel, so we can make anything
is my
true.
daughter's name, so
Jesus. God, I hope your daughter's name's not Amber, because that would be horrible. And then you just said, what are you bitching about tonight? You missed it, buddy. Was it a money
You got to
Chewbacca?
go back, rewind this about 20 minutes.
Yeah. No, you need to rewind it at the beginning because it's been a clusterfuck since the start.
Well, now first, what you need to do is you need to go back to the other chat, listen to the first 10 minutes of that.
Yeah. And then sit around for 20 minutes while I try and figure out what the hell happened. What a mess. Mooner confirmed.
Lucky he didn't do the bat wing.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Night, conservative.
Man. Horrifying. Absolutely horrifying.
Have a good night.
Pink says the other one is still going. It'll probably go for another 6 hours until it shuts itself off.
Or we get our commander in chief over there to shut it down.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that. I guess I could go in through YouTube and shut it off, but it doesn't matter. Screw it. It's just over there spinning away.
Spinning.
Yeah.
The wheel on the screen keeps on spinning.
Yeah, man. I don't know what else. What else are we going to talk about? I don't plan on going too super late. I was at work for Jesus. I got to work yesterday at 7:30 in the morning. I think I left at 1:15. Took a little nap today, but I'm still beat. Wiped out. A rough week. Short people.
Hey,
oh, God.
that's Heightus.
Heightest, yeah.
Now, you see, if all you do is just spend $10,000 or so just to lower everything in your shop so that all the short people could use it.
Yeah.
And get actual non-slip mats so you don't end up being shorter than the short people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't bring up the non-slip shoes, Don.
Yeah, apparently having non-slip shoes on a non-slip pad will cause you to fall on your ass. Who knew? It's like the non-slippiness cancels each other out.
Yeah.
Two negatives make a positive.
Yeah, I had to buy shoes, man. My shoes are killing me. My feet are killing me. I gotta buy a new pair of shoes. It sucks. It's crazy. You have them for a while, and then all of a sudden, like one day, like it doesn't bother me so much when I'm wearing them, but I'll wake up in the morning and my feet will just be killing me, and I know that it's time to fucking change shoes.
Look into a pair of like Red Wing work boots.
I didn't like Red Wings when I had Red Wings years ago. I didn't like them.
It's wear Crocs.
Well, that's what I have right now.
You know why Crocs have holes in them?
No, mine don't.
A brand new pair of Red Wings sitting in my closet here that I've had for 4 or 5 years. I've only worn them twice.
Yeah.
Do you know why Crocs have holes in them?
Because Florida man.
So let the dignity run out. When you wear them.
Dignity. Yeah.
Let your dignity run out.
You mean Midnight's big blue rubber self-pleasuring shoes?
User says, on the way to my first day in high school, my older brother's friends talked me into mooning a woman out the back of his van. Last class of the day, I find out the woman is my math teacher. Well, that's not a big deal as long as you don't you keep your ass put away.
Or if you kept your face put away when you had your ass not put away.
Yeah.
It's kind of like not letting Clark Kent and Superman being seen at the same time.
Crocs are horrible for people in their feet all day. It depends on what kind of feet you have.
Kind of the end of your legs.
Well, I mean, like I have low arches. You know what I mean? And
you're flat.
Tiny arches.
Yeah, tiny arches. So I have low arches, and I just have a ton of arthritis. Some really nasty arthritis in my feet. So, depending on how the arch is in certain shoes, and I've worn insoles. I've had insoles made, and sometimes they're really great. Sometimes they're not. Different kinds of shoes with different kind of arches. It just depends. I didn't think I would like Crocs at all, and right now I'm wearing them in the pair that I liked. I don't like the fact that they don't have any real ankle support. Obviously, they're just like slip-ons, but I don't know. It's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. I had a really nice pair of Skechers boots, like they were like a hiker style boot, and those shoes, they just never broke in, and I really wanted to like them a lot because they had like really good art, like really good ankle support. They laced up nice and high and really nice and snug. And when I wore them, like the first couple of days, I was like, man, my feet just, it's started to like ache a little bit. And I thought, these felt really good when I first got them. And now as I'm wearing them, my feet are sore, but they should wear in, and they just never wore in. There's just something about them. And I just ended up getting rid of them, man. So it's tough, man, because it's not like, it's kind of an extreme example of like, when my feet hurt, they hurt bad. Like depending on what I'm wearing, what shoes I'm wearing. So it's almost like I don't have a choice. Whatever I get that feels good, I gotta go with, whether I like it or not. George says use SAS shoes. I had a pair. I actually had 2 pair. Yeah, they are really good. SAS made in, I think they're made in the United States. They might even be in Texas, Texas company. I'll tell you what, a couple of years ago, I bought my first pair and wore them out, bought another pair. And when I went to replace them with another pair, they stopped making the ones that I had. So, go figure. But yeah, it's rough. Like I have to wear what I got to wear. I don't really have a choice. Like I can't be choosy, it's blows. San Antonio shoes. Yeah, there you go. Texas. User says my feet are so flat and wide. Last time I walked by the river barefoot, I ended up with Animal Planet film crew showing up later. Bigfoot down by the river.
Oh, I think we got some big feet.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It sucks. I don't know. Anything else? What else we got to talk about?
Bigfoot killed the chat.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't even the real.
Yeah, it wasn't even a real
known
Bigfoot.
as Yankee
What the
Marshall.
hell? Yeah, that's bullshit. Oh, Yankee.
Okay, fine.
Yankees on my shit list too.
Uh-oh. A wild gun snob appeared.
Was he in the chat here?
He's saying let me in, or someone called the gun snob saying let me in.
Oh,
Careful.
He saw Snob. I'm sure Sarge forwarded in the picture, and now he's here to.
Well,
he's here to talk.
He's here to defend himself.
Yeah, he's here to gloat.
I'm sure he's here to speak for my honor.
I was going to say he's here to gloat.
I showed Karen that link, and she said, "Wow, even your ass is better than that one."
Yeah. Kimber's for Karen.
It's kind of like going to Walmart. You always feel a little better about yourself.
Yep.
That's true.
At least no one was wearing a battle belt with overalls. So.
Now, are we talking like the bib overalls or the coverall overalls?
Bib is what I understood.
I didn't realize they still made those.
What? God dang it, my dog.
So now, Snob, did you get enough money to get Kimber for Karen or get her Tesla on the way home?
Hold on, we'll talk about that in 2 seconds. I gotta go let my dog in.
1
dog.
2.
I'm a dog.
Doog. You don't leave my dog alone there, boy.
Armament. That was probably an old link.
Did you send him a link to the last one?
Well, I sent everybody a link to the last one, like I normally do, and then when we redid it, I just sent it to a couple of people, just who was in the other one,
A more exclusive check.
And then some of us just sniped the link from someone else.
Did I not send it to you? I don't know. I was kind of trying to throw this damn thing together.
So,
I
Snap,
got kicked out of the first one and couldn't get back in at all.
No one could.
Neither could anybody else. Yeah.
So Snap,
I think it's GunTube. It's not. It wasn't me. It was. It dumped me out of the chat and wouldn't let me rejoin. And I tried for a couple of minutes to try and figure out how to get back in, and it just wouldn't let me.
I didn't even notice it was on StreamYard when he was back on. I was just listening.
Yeah.
So I got home and unloaded the car.
Ozzy says, put a link in the chat. Okay, let me do that quick.
So, Snob, you're saying that the text from Sarge was sweet and sour? Sweet for the picture, sour because you got the link from him?
Well, yeah, pretty much. Exactly it. No, there was not a Bel Air at that show to be had at a decent price.
Why does it have to be at a decent price? It's your wife.
I'm poor.
Because he's the same guy who thinks that one of these days he's going to find a 1006 for under $700.
No, I gave it up to $1,000. I didn't even find a 1006 at that show. I found a 1066 and a 1076.
But not the full size.
No, both of those are full size. They're just different versions. The 1076 is a frame decocker for the FBI model. And they were almost giving that away.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm going to jump out, go to bed.
Okay, buddy. I'll see you.
Sarge.
Good Lord.
StreamYard's acting up. I can only Snob. He's the only person.
Oh, really?
Don't let the fritters bite.
Don't let the fritters bite. All right.
All right. I'll see you.
First
Define decent price. Well, one of them me and Sarge found was $825 for a 380 that I can buy on Gunbroker for $450 free shipping.
What the hell?
Yeah. So that was not a decent price. And we only found like 3 at the whole show.
Well, jeez. She wouldn't want a 380 anyway, right? Probably.
I think she doesn't care, but she didn't like the 911 that I had, the Springfield 911 that they sent me, and she shot it a little. She didn't like it at all. It was a 9mm, and it was pretty snappy.
Yeah.
So.
That's also a polymer frame, not a alloy.
No, the 911's an alloy.
Oh, that's their
That's their little mini 1911.
yeah, like their copy of the little SIG 380. And
yeah, it's the exact same as a 938 or whatever.
238, 938, yeah. The 938's a good gun. Somebody was asking in Yankees chat for a smaller 9mm to carry. That's 938's a nice. That's a good gun.
They have one has similar to the. They have one of them that's similar to the Bel Air too. The colors.
Mm-hmm.
And they also have the Traders for Tammy gun.
SIG, SIG has a ton of different colors in that 938.
If I recall, that Micro 9 used to have issues with it dropping mags when you fired. Or it could have just been a couple people getting... For how small it is with all the recoil, you kind of have to grip on there, and some people may or may not have been inadvertently hitting the mag release or putting pressure on the mag release with their grip, the hand they were gripping with.
Yeah, I guess you could. I mean, yeah, if you're, it's true. If you got two hands on that thing, there's not a whole lot of real estate there.
No, not when you have big paws like mine too, especially.
Yeah. I was really surprised when we got the wife's 938 how comfortable it was for me to. I haven't shot. I never shot it, but just holding it, it's a really comfortable gun. The extended mag with the little pinky extender is just enough to kind of get a good grip on it, and you feel like you're holding on to something. With the flush fit mag, I don't know. I don't think I would like that.
You got like a 1 in 30. Yeah, like a 1 in a third finger grip on there.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot, but with the little pinky extender on it, it's pretty good, and that's a 7-shot, 6 and 7, I think. But with the flush fit, and I don't know, man, like the amount that pinky extender sticks out, I don't know why you would need. I don't know, man.
Because
that flush
maximum
doesn't save you
concealability.
much. Yeah, but
because it markets the people that want the absolute smallest, and that's just extraneous. I don't need that on there. That's usually why they give you a flush and a extension magazine to let you decide.
Yeah.
Or if you call up a manufacturer and say, "Hey, I only got one that I only got flush and not a pinky extender," sometimes they'll send you like 2 or 3 of the extenders.
Yeah, we got. That's not a bad idea. I never even thought of that.
What?
Getting another pinky extender and just putting it on the other mag. So, because she's not worried about having that extra. I mean, it's like a 1/4 of an inch. It's not, or a 1/2 an inch. It's not that much, and it's angled, so it hardly sticks out at all. That's not a bad idea. Buying another pinky extender and putting it on the other mag, so she has 2 7-rounders instead of a 6 and a 7.
I'll tell you what gun surprised me holding it was a SAS. The little P365 SAS. That sight's pretty cool on it.
I've never picked one up.
Just look
the
at one
regular
you haven't.
365 I have.
You haven't gun shilled for or shill snob to get one in for testing?
No, I need to try. But I will have a 365 XL because my buddy was at the show and he bought an XL there.
Well, when you get to that, if you ever get around to the SAS, see if it shoots at the shoulder when you're holding it center mass on a IPSC target.
Okay.
Because apparently Mac has been struck by the curse of Sig again. The one that he bought at 7 yards. He was aiming center mass and it was hitting like the right shoulder or left shoulder.
That every time I see him have trouble with something, it makes me wonder more and more if there's like something going on. Like I've never seen it. There, like, what are the odds that somebody would have that many issues with guns? It's crazy.
Issues.
He has.
Sell.
Say again.
Views. Issues sell views.
I guess. I mean, that's true. I mean, it does make people watch.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it does make people watch. Whether he's doing it or not, I don't know. But
yeah, and I don't want to say, and I don't want to like say that the dude's dishonest and
no, I'm not.
No, I'd say
I don't know.
You know,
no.
But holy shit!
Like the one, on the 3 or on the SAS, it was it wasn't like the title of the video was like epic fail Sig bullshit. It was just
it wasn't like a Yankee video.
No, it wasn't. It's a Tim video. It was a pretty straightforward thing, and it was, you just brought the gun out and looked at it and simply said, the only thing I can see wrong with this system is that if there's no way to adjust it left or right because the sight's just screwed in like a little red dot.
Well, it'd be neat to put it in a rest, an actual ransom rest, and actually shoot it and see if it actually does it.
Well, it was him and his camera guy, so if you want to say that's cahoots, but, two different people, I don't know.
Of course, if I shoot it, it's probably going to hit, somewhere other than where I aim because that's just me shooting, though. But
yeah, I don't know. It interests me, and
I really think it's cool. I didn't think it was that cool till I held it. I was like, oh wow, that is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I shot a regular 365 and liked it, but that sight was neat.
When you're used to high points and similar quality guns.
Right.
No 7. I'm Tim has some pretty nice old pieces of iron. So.
But
Then
yes,
he raves about his Sig Rattler because it has that short 5-inch barrel that he can have his can on and have it be his truck gun.
yeah, but yes, Evan, I do believe hamburger face there fell asleep.
Yeah. Roll calls it, yeah, habitual chat napper.
Larry.
Ground Larry up, that son of a bitch.
We were
That's
all.
cool,
I got.
man.
I got it.
I
That's
killed
cool.
all the ducks.
I got a funny
Are they
story from
tasty
last
or are they
night.
just assholes?
So last
Go
night
ahead.
we're all standing in the driveway talking. G, Ghost, and me, and Obnoxious, Sarge, and Gary. Anyways, and Karen's in the Suburban sitting in the truck seat because she's tired and waiting on me to hurry up and get through talking so we can go home. Anyways, and she's over there and we're talking and said something about her. And G-Webs is like, oh, just like a live show. She's over there sleeping while the rest of us are talking. And Mello is much fluffier in person than you expect. She is so soft.
Is
Yeah.
she kind of like smaller than you think she is, or is she kind
Yeah,
of a
she
larger?
was smaller than I thought she was by
Okay.
far.
Like
Yeah,
smaller
she's
than
pretty
a lab,
small.
or
She was a lot smaller than I expected.
okay, but not like the little Ponnery puppies.
No. She's still a big dog, but not nothing like what I thought.
But so fluffy.
Oh man, and soft. It was amazing how soft she was.
Well, you know, the secret to wonderful, soft, and supple hair on your dog is
I think he soaked her in
pineapple soda.
Well, Obnoxious was why he needed udder cream, and I told him this morning just soak it in pineapple.
Soak his udder in pineapple?
Yes.
Are you trying to forcefully reassign his gender?
Maybe.
Ouch.
Hey, Armament and Amanda's here.
Armament and Amber and Axis.
You know,
Amber's asshole?
yes, Amber is my daughter's name.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're sorry.
So you're admitting that it was you.
No, I'm just saying.
You're
that-
admitting that the circumstantial evidence presented before you.
No. I don't even know what the hell you're all talking about, but I heard.
Oh, you missed
Which
the story.
Which makes
Yeah.
it excellent for me to gaslight you. So.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
We'll just say CBS was on Black Cat's channel.
No, my daughter's 34 years old, dude. I had her when I was almost 19 years old, or well, ex-wife had her. But anyway, yeah. But yeah, you're like Amber, Armament, and Amber. I'm like, oh, come on, really? No. Anyway, how's everybody doing?
Oh, we're doing.
Yeah, I've been listening, trying to jump on. My son just called me. He's having woman issues, and I'm like, kick her to the curb, dude. Because no, this is serious. Just kick her to the curb, dude. Stop thinking with a little head, okay? I told my kids a long time ago, ain't nobody worth crazy. Ain't no piece of tail worth crazy. And everybody says, well, it's the amount of crazy you can deal with. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. But when the crazy disrupts your life to the point of catastrophe, you might want to just go get the hell away from me. Yeah.
Now, we talk in the state police or we talk the National Guard, kind of?
No, we're just talking crazy women, kind of.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. It's the amount of crazy to, hey, Phil, yeah, look, can you send a couple of deputies? She's hurling heavy objects. Yeah, thanks. And that, hey, Ted, remember that time? Yeah, I need you to, call your whole division, please. She is literally one step away from being 100 feet tall and rampaging through a major metropolitan area.
Said the state SWAT unit.
What is that, like Godzilla? And he 100-foot tall? I don't know.
Good job. Oh, Knives is back. Hey, Knives.
Yeah, speaking of which,
We want to put the gunships on standby.
my son said he was going to jump in out here. Let's see if he's here yet. That's Hill Climb, Ohio, by the way. That stupid, crazy kid. Ugh. Don't see him yet.
Oh man, I can't believe you did that to Black Cat on his live show Saturday. It's horrible.
I just want you to know that made my story that made my day when you told that story Saturday. I was dying.
No, I've sent that picture, Kinky said. Oh man. Because, I mean, every once in a while you hear about somebody doing it, throwing it out there and some asshole shows up to be a jerk. Or,
legit asshole.
Yeah.
Sometimes a literal asshole.
Literally, yeah. Literally sometimes an asshole shows up.
Now, Kinky, you be nice to Mr. Knives.
Do you guys find it hard dealing with? Look, we can all joke and poke fun at each other, and we go back and forth. We get it. We're do you find it hard dealing with total assholes that you just, if you could, you just punch them in the face? I mean, kind of. You see what I'm saying?
I don't have many people I don't really have many people in my life like that, though. You know what I mean?
I don't either. But you run across people like that you just. They just common sense out the window, the way they think.
Oh, sure. I mean,
unless they start getting physical on me, I don't. I just ignore
I'm the same way. But what if you got to work with people like that, day in and day out, working with the same frickin', and you just, I don't know. Well, I've done that a few times, and it's like, okay, I'm just gonna avoid this person at all cost.
Yeah, I can't avoid people.
You just
at work,
kind of repress it deep down inside your psyche, and then in 10 to 20 years, it turns into a tumor.
That's not a tumor.
Yeah. That's
all right. Easy there, dehydrator.
That's the one. I guess that's the one bonus of working in an industry that has a fair amount of turnover is when somebody's being an asshole, you just make them go away.
Like, hey, Karen, we need you to go empty the gut pail. We just got in a whole.
Oh, I thought he worked with the Clintons or something, or worked for the Clintons.
Yeah. Mr. Knife says, "How big is the asshole?"
Speaking of which, I just seen. I don't know what channel it was. Something come up in the side thing, but it was made to look like a ghost thing. But it was like the Clinton Road, and it had like a ghostly picture of Hillary. Like. You see ghost video, and it's like I didn't watch it, but it looked like just look back at the list, and what was it? Epstein didn't kill himself. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a whole lot of there's some really funny ones out there of the Epstein thing now, which it's I think it's good, man. I think it's good that it's a thing because it keeps it kind of
media or
in the media, yeah, because it's such a blatant. Crazy bullshit,
Well, so
it'd be more believable if it's, here's Sanjay. Yeah, well, he killed him.
How believable is it that you shot yourself in the head twice in a suicide?
Yeah, I never really looked that one up. I've heard about that, but I never looked that one up.
I can't remember who it was, but he had some dirt, and it was right on the sidewalk, blah blah blah, and I committed suicide. I shot myself twice in the head. I'm like, would you have full auto and your trigger just stayed on it from it? What?
Zip tied the trigger down.
Yeah. What? Nah.
Maybe they used a double 1911.
Hey, good.
I don't think the prismatic duelers were out at that time.
I also seen one of those this weekend. I didn't even see the price tag on that.
Aren't they like $5,000?
I thought they were, but I didn't even pay attention. It was beyond my budget.
They're up there. Well, they have that. They have that BOA now too. That AR, that double-barreled AR.
Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of stuff out there that's cool. To me, it's gimmicky, but there's a lot of things that were gimmicky that sold just enough that 20 years from now they're going to be collector's items because they didn't go over. You know what I mean? So.
That's the reason I bought my Rhino. Well, that is cool looking for me.
Rhinos are cool.
Yeah, I like the Rhinos. I think they're freaking awesome. I'd love to shoot one.
You get some nice light 38s. The thing just doesn't move.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if I had a Rhino, I'd train it so I could, ride it in a parade or something.
I bet you I know how you'd ride it too.
Oh, wow.
Wait, Snob, are you saying Now I didn't realize that you recovered from your surgery enough to where you could prison carry again.
Wow.
Well, he said he's going to ride his rhino.
Oh, I could write a song about that one. Off the rails as usual.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the 100th episode. Okay, 100th.1.
I was just going to
Yeah.
say 100. I missed the 100th.
Rev 33 and a third.
Yeah, I'm on the 100.1. So
Yeah.
You were cool enough to be on the actual 100.
You know,
no,
and at
I
first,
wasn't. That's I got a link to the original. What happened?
Yeah. At first, I thought it was me. I thought it was the internet here because earlier I turned on a cartoon for my son, Netflix, and it took a minute for Netflix to load up, and then when that happened online, I thought, oh shit, man, my internet dropped out or something. But then everybody else was having trouble, and it just, I don't know, just crapped out. Maybe he's working on it, and I don't know.
Earlier tonight,
what happened is your Travis. We all know you Travi are all the same. One of you crashes an independent multimedia platform, all the other ones got to do it.
Oh yeah, we just wreck shit.
The domino effect. Is that
just tear shit up for sure.
Honestly, no. Earlier today, I went to the range earlier. I come home. I think I got home. I don't know. It's right around 5:30. I couldn't get just everything running slow. Didn't want to load. Tried to load this. And it's like, what's going on? So it's freaking internet. Never know.
Yeah, it happens.
California's burning to the ground, so they're taking all of our internet.
I'll let them burn. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I did.
Oh, yeah, what a mess.
Speaking of riding large animals, did you see C4's Instagram post?
No.
Playing the guy on the buffalo song as we're driving through a herd of buffalo.
Oh yeah.
I did.
I love Guy on a Buffalo. I didn't know anything about that.
You are that kind of person also?
I love it.
That is the worst thing in the world. And
I never knew it. I never heard of it. I never heard anything about it until you guys were talking about it. And I looked it up and I was like, this shit's awesome.
It was terrible.
Well, but yeah, there's certain amount of awesomeness and terrible. Come on.
No, there's no awesomeness.
I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm gonna have to look it up. So
do it.
You said that C4. What is it?
It's C4 Defense's Instagram, isn't it?
Yeah, on Sarge's Instagram.
All right. I don't get on Instagram much. I don't do Twitter or Facebook much. I just it's there. I guess I should be more active, but it's like whatever.
Guy on a Buffalo. I used to love Mystery Science Theater too, though. So it's a lot like Mystery Science Theater. Yeah, look it up.
Mystery Science Theater.
Well, Mystery Science Theater 3000 was from years ago.
That's an oldie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so that's probably when I was a teenager.
No, not that old. I mean,
yeah, this was post Horse and Buggy.
Yeah, 20 years probably.
I would have been 33 then. Okay.
25 years, something like that. It was basically what these guys would do is they would do these episodes or whatever, of them watching an old crappy movie, like some B movie, yeah.
Right.
And it was just them like commenting on it and joking around and doing that kind of stuff. Commentary,
I might have seen it, but that's 20 years ago.
Yeah, and it was a dude that had gotten, basically the premise was the dude got I forget, he was an astronaut or something. He went into space or something and got stuck in some sort of like wormhole. Yeah, or a space station. Yeah, that's what it was. And it was him and like two robots were the two characters. And they had a theater, so they would basically just show this movie and the different movies, and they would make fun of them. It was a really good show. It was really funny.
I do remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do.
Congratulations. Armament Axis does not have dementia at this point in
Mm-hmm.
time.
Not yet.
It
I
just
do
kicked
remember
in.
that. Yeah, they would go to the movie theater and I do remember that. Oh, cool.
Yep.
Hey,
So
here,
the
let's talk
original
old.
one.
Do you remember a movie called Silent Running?
No.
Is
Yeah.
that the one with John Candy and the bobsled?
No.
That's Cool Running, you fool.
That's Cool Running.
Dang it, I was fixing to make that joke, and you stole it. I was going to say about the Jamaicans and the bobsled.
The Jamaicans in the bobsled team.
Silent Running was shit.
It's not an Arnold
It was
flick,
shit,
I'm thinking of,
I bet it was.
Was that a
Bruce Dern?
submarine movie?
No, it was a space movie. I think it was Bruce Dern. It was Laura Dern's dad. They're out in space. The Earth is destroyed and blah, blah, blah. Dude, it's an old movie. I remember watching it in the 70s when I was a kid, like, oh, this is different. But now I watch it and probably go, wow, this is cheesy. Like I do most things I watched when I was younger and go, wow, this is cheesier than it was then, that's for sure. So just, come on. Watch Dukes of Hazzard and say, God, that's 10 times cheesier than it was then.
There's if you go on YouTube and you look up like Djibouti dubs, they do that too, and some of their shit is really funny.
They go back and look at stuff like that.
Yeah, but they do commercials too. Like they'll do like infomercials and stuff where they're selling stuff. It's funny as shit.
Like Kentucky Fried Movie.
Oh, love that
kind
movie.
of
Excellent movie. Excellent.
But they do
like
they do that. They do a bunch with that. Like they'll do like the lint rollers for like cat hair and stuff. Like they have like Ron Popeil kind of shit.
Right.
Crazy products and stuff, and like the weird slow cookers and all that. Like they have that red haired lady that does all the recipes for like slow cooker like stuff, and they'll dub over. They do like voiceovers and stuff. That's so funny.
It can cook an entire cat in 33 seconds flat.
She'd be like, I just throw this shit right in the dough.
A dog only takes 44 seconds.
Yeah.
You can cook your neighbor in 60 seconds.
She'd be like, bam, I just threw some of that shit right in there.
Now look, I just got this wonderful Navy surplus deep fry. It'll flash fry a buffalo in 10 seconds flat. 10 seconds. I want it now.
I'm going to bed, guys.
All right, that's the
night, bro.
Oh, we thought you were been there all
Good night.
Okay.
All right.
And watch out for the Batwing.
We were gonna. Hey, roll call. Oh, you already left.
Are we supposed to watch out for the Batwing or the ground chuck?
We tried to take up a collection. We found a Jimenez for $100, but we only got about $50 worth of collection donated because we were
$100. Jesus, rip off. It must have been an immaculate condition.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Rob D.
We were going to send him a Jimenez and a tooth.
Yeah. Hey, Rob D. I was just telling that I told the story about what happened on Black Cat's chat on Saturday. There's Rob D now.
I saw the other side of Rob D on Saturday. Oh wait, never mind.
What? Whoa.
Oh, I missed half the chat driving because I couldn't get in here, and then I had to pick up my kids and grab. Did they tell you the restaurant story from tonight?
No.
Did they not have plastic takeout containers?
No, oh my God.
No, but Arminthia said, last year she's not ever going back. Guess where they went tonight?
Right there.
They went back. I gave her crap about it. No, we went to Tally's, the place with the Monte Cristos.
Ooh, yeah.
And so we all order Monte Cristos, and Sarge got sweet potato fries. Me and Gary got onion rings, and Obnoxious just got fries. Well, they bring it out, and we all got sweet potato fries except for Obnoxious. And I was just going to live with it and eat them. No big deal. Well, somebody said something, so okay. So she's like, all right, I'll go back and get you onion rings. No big deal. Normal. Well, she comes back in a second, and we're already eating. She comes back and says, I'm gonna take your plates and go get you onion rings. I'm like, that's strange.
Yeah, that's weird.
She took our plates off our table while we're eating, and then takes them back and just dumps the sweet potato fries off and brings them back with nothing on them. Yeah, I was like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever had happen in my life at a restaurant. And
That's
in a minute,
crazy.
Yeah, she's like, oh, they weren't quite ready yet in the kitchen. In a minute, she finally brings him back out, brings his onion rings out. Of course, they weren't even done because they tried to rush them. But I've never had them just take our plate to dump it. Usually, it's just like live with it. It's not like we were griping about it.
Well, yeah, you'd let people. Yeah, I mean, you guys should have. They made the mistake. You let them keep the stuff. That's crazy.
I've never seen anyone take your plate and dump the fries off and bring it back and still had our sandwiches on it.
The same plate. They just dump everything off.
Yeah, luckily though, I took my my raspberry dipping sauce off the plate, and Gary left his on because she switched them whenever she brought them back out. She handed us the wrong ones.
Jesus Christ!
So we're like right in the middle of eating, not expecting her to take our plate. It's like, huh? I'm holding the half of Monte Cristo here.
That's so weird, man. That's so weird.
Oh wow, that's so. What restaurant was this?
Tally's. It's just a little diner. It's really good. I don't think she understood what the kitchen meant by any means. I don't know. I was at a loss for words.
So is it like a little greasy spoon, or is it better than that? I don't know. You know what a greasy spoon is, I mean. We have one here in town that everybody raves about it. And the last time I went in there, it was like, I'm going to reach up and just wipe my finger on the blinds and it's going to be greasy. And I'm like, I'm not eating here. I don't even want to.
This is a really nice little restaurant on 66. And, the Monte Cristos are awesome.
Monte Cristo.
And they don't even fall apart when they make them. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah. I mean, what kind of plebe cook has his Monte Cristos just fall apart?
I know.
Plebe cook. That's funny.
Yeah. Looking for that eject button about now, Midnight?
They normally have great food at this small night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob.
Usually because the people know that, we can't be an asshole like the assholes at Mickey D's or Burger King.
Yeah.
Except for they just take your whole plate while you're eating.
Now, was this like a server that was like 110 that looks like they've been there since forever?
It was like a high school, maybe college girl.
Okay, that's probably it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was her. Pretty sure she was definitely confused about what to do. I don't know.
I'm a millennial. I don't know what to do.
No, anyone who, I don't know, unless the person's like clearly just an airhead or an idiot, they usually give servers the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I think she was just a complete airhead. She still got way better a tip than she should have got from us, but we're nice people.
You had a little piece of paper that said, "Please find employment elsewhere."
Yeah, no,
you suck at your job.
No, we should have. Because the first thing they did is we ordered drinks, and two of them ordered Diet Cokes, and then Stacy and Obnoxious ordered regular Cokes, and they bring them out, and directly opposite.
So
a lot of places get.
That's not the end of the world.
That's super common for drinks to get switched to tables. It even happens to wife and I when we go out a lot.
That wasn't nothing. It was the fry thing that concerned me. It was just weird.
That is weird. There's no reason. There's absolutely no reason to get food to take food away from people unless there's something wrong with the food, like something's not cooked right or something's something's wrong with it. Like if you guys, I mean, it happens. It happens to us. I mean, every restaurant it happens to. Every once in a while we'll put the wrong side on something, or a server will forget to modify something. It happens. I mean, server comes back and like, oh shit, I ordered it with fries and it was supposed to be, double veg or something. So like, all right, well, I'll just make you a veg and you take it out and they get free fries now. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. It's super weird for them to get rid of it. I've seen places do it. Like I've heard of. This isn't the first time I've heard a story like this, and I think it's super weird that they do it. It's like, what are they trying to do? Like, the only reason you would want to do that other than being like weird and not understanding like that it's weird, is to help your sales, because you're giving people more food. Like if you're worried about them not getting a dessert or something like that, you know what I mean? But it's not worth it to be weird like that. Kinky, what the hell is wrong with you? You keep coughing out there, you're freaking me out. The shit
Kinky,
is going
did
on.
you turn you keep coughing, but you haven't turned your head yet.
Yeah. Anyway.
Hey, Midnight. Let me ask you this, and this is an interesting subject. You're a chef.
Allegedly.
For me, when you cook burger, you cook it to an X amount of temperature for X amount of time because it's burger, and we all know about E. coli and why it's in burger more than it is on a steak or a piece of meat. It might be on the outside, which is going to get burned away, but on burger, it's all throughout. My son tells me that they went to some restaurant and they're like, "Oh, we can order our burger like rare or medium rare." I'm like,
I eat burgers mid-rare all the time.
I do too.
What is the temperature that a burger has to be cooked throughout? Is it 165 for 3 minutes or what?
Yeah, it's something like that. It's 106. Well, it's not that high for beef.
Well, for ground beef, because
beef raw and be fine if it's good beef.
It's like 155, 160 for whatever. But
unless you have an organ transplant, in which case any kind of undercooked meat can kill you pretty quick. No, I'm being serious with that.
No, that's a real thing.
Yeah, well, yes.
Every like my uncle, he just had a kidney replaced for the second time a couple weeks ago, and he says, "Yeah,
good for him. He found a donor twice."
Yes. Well, the first one was a
donor.
living relative, and since you only have 2 kidneys, you can't take it from the same person twice. Plus, he was on dialysis for like a year and a half. But
I got a
now
buddy
some of the
just like
places
that,
he's
brother.
been to, they kind of give him an odd look when he says, "Make sure the burger's well done or burnt."
Right. Well, that's because your kidneys are your blood filters, and if you're diabetic, and I don't know. To me, I don't want to eat half raw burger. I want it. It might be singed on the outside, but at least brown through the middle. You know what I'm saying?
That nice
That's
uniform
well done.
gray.
Not still bleeding and dripping.
Get out of here with that
I
nonsense.
like mine to move. I can eat it raw.
No, that's how I eat. I'll eat a piece of steak that way.
I'll eat anything that way if it's beef.
Well,
burger,
true, but you also have a vested interest in beef sales, so you're not going to poison your own product by saying don't eat beef.
True.
Point is the other night my son, he told me that they went to this restaurant. This was like last week, and they got their orders mixed up. Him and his buddy, and he got the one burger, and his buddy got his burger. But he got sick the next day. So, like,
I mean, I'll tell you what. If I go out and I have the ability to, I will get a burger mid-rare or medium. I'm not at all worried about it. Some places won't do it now. You know what I mean? There's some places that will do.
Butt.
Yeah, they'll cook it well done and that's it. I mean, to each their own. That's the kind of thing. I mean, there's people that do that. Women that are pregnant, people that are older, kids, people that have compromised immune systems in some way. Oh, Kinky, you're not backstage.
Did you send him the other link? Are you in GunTube purgatory there, Kink?
I was for a minute.
I'll send it again, but I sent you.
Sorry, cheaters don't get the correct link.
Cheaters.
Kinky's a damn cheater.
I'll send it again here.
I'm still.
I mean, if you would have just said,
we got Mr. Knives on a bender there. He likes it raw.
Maybe instead of coughing for 25 minutes, he should have just said, "Hey, my link ain't working."
Whoa! That's awesome.
Yeah, he's done it again. Oops, he did it again. He broke the internet.
That's awesome. Oh, he's
He's
back.
back.
Ah, shit. I mean, oh, hi.
Damn.
Well, I was.
Son of a
Yeah, I
bitch.
was. I went to click off of I sent him a link, and I went to click out of that, and I clicked on the wrong damn thing.
I thought maybe the chat was going to start to look up here for a minute.
All right, now he's sending me a message on Instagram. What the hell, man?
Uh-oh. Stalker alert. Danger. Stranger danger.
So Snob, you still in Wanamaker? Still down there?
Well, I live an hour from there, so yeah.
So you home?
Kinky,
I didn't know.
Kinky, I sent you an email.
I got
I sent you an email, Kinky. You should just be able to click on it. If you can't, I don't know what the hell's the problem is.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Gmail has changed something. If it's a Gmail account, I can't click on the links anymore. I have to copy and paste them. They won't allow me to click through anymore.
It's working for mine.
You know, that used to happen to me on mobile a lot.
It works.
Yeah.
It does that on mobile, but not on my computer. It just works.
Yeah, it does it on my computer.
I just used it on my computer.
That might be
to
a
get in
setting
here.
you've got, Glentech, for...
Well, no,
Yeah,
because it was working. It was working before, and then I got a notification the other day that my settings were out of date, or my my email was out of date, so it had to get updated. So it got updated, and that was the end of that.
Stupid smart machines.
Well, there you go, Kinky. You're using Yahoo.
Yahoo!
Yahoo!
Yeah, the other night.
There we go. There we go. Large. It's
Oh wow! Now he's gonna get me in trouble. God dang it! I better not. I strongly worded email incoming to me.
large and in Sarge.
I tried to get him.
Oh God!
I hope he went to bed.
Oh wow!
That's a good one. I like it.
You would,
nice.
wouldn't you?
Oh
Be
yeah.
large and in Sarge.
I think it
Nah,
was Snob
I'm
that gave me the idea.
Yeah, it was not me. It was not
Large and in Snarge.
me. Strongly worded email incoming.
Large and in Snarge is brought to you by the Gun Snob, Oklahoma's
I bet
premier
Sarge is-
gun show.
Sarge
he
was
went to bed.
Sarge was probably asleep. This just woke him up, like his
I hope he's
his
not.
spidey senses.
His
Gary's
mustache
probably
tingled.
secretly watching, and he's going in there shaking Sarge. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Here, hold on.
You talking about me?
He
What?
felt
What?
the disturbance
What?
of the force.
My mustache is tingling. There's fuckery afoot in my name.
Here, we'll take a picture and send it to Sarge.
Bastard!
He's gonna be so mad.
He got all upset about it.
There's fuckery.
there's fuckery afoot.
Oh man, this is fun.
Wake up, Orange One. We must go. We must ride to Pennsylvania.
My mustache is tingling.
Let me get a
fuckery is
message on
afoot.
Instagram again.
Oh my! It's still not as bad as Black Cat's out, so we're okay. I won't have to make the chat private.
Don't tempt them.
Yeah,
I missed that one. I was like at the range today. What I miss? I keep hearing you guys talking about it. What I miss?
Oh, you missed this? You didn't hear the story?
No.
Oh wow, that's a good one.
Oh, please tell.
All right.
I wanna laugh more.
So I'll try and make it short. Okay. So I was listening to Black Cat on chat yesterday, and heard him say something kind of weird. He put the link in the chat, and somebody joined that he didn't know, and he goes, "Oh, I wonder who this is." And he clicked on it, and as soon as he clicked on it, it was on StreamYard, so you had to bring him into the chat. So it was this is where Amber comes in, because the channel name was Amber.
Aha.
Okay, so as soon as he clicked on it, I heard you hear a chick's voice say, "Oh, do it real quick, do it quick," and he clicks on it. He clicks on it, and it's a dude basically mooning the camera.
So that's where it all. Oh
with
my
the bear
God.
and the berries, with the hairy berries hanging out.
Oh,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
He was
So this went
older
out
because
live?
they were pretty low.
This
Yeah,
shit
he
went
was
out
definitely.
live?
He was. Yeah.
Oh my
It had,
God. Oh my
live,
God.
Yeah.
Brown chicken, brown
Check
cow.
your email, Midnight.
What's that?
Check your email. This showed up on my phone yesterday morning.
Oh wow.
Okay. I'm a
Uh-oh.
little scared.
I had to look at it twice. I thought it was a baby at first. Yeah. Does it not look like a baby at first?
Oh, he's such a little angel.
Isn't that not great?
That's just wrong.
I mean, if
but
it gets
okay.
screen shared, I don't know anything about it, but
Oh man. Oh, what a Rob D. Rob's out there. He said it was bad. It was a close up. Oh, it was
it was
close up.
definitely
Right.
close up.
Oh yeah. So that's why when you said about your daughter's name was Amber, I was like, no, it's not. There's no way. Nuh-uh. Yeah.
So hence the
Yeah,
argument
well,
in asses.
like I said, that was the whole. What the hell are you guys talking about?
Oh, it was a hole, all right. It was
Yeah,
a
it was
hole.
a hole.
A dark, stinky hole of unpleasantness.
There's a lot of hair around it.
Rob
Oh my
said,
God,
not cool at all. He had to kill the show. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. I hope he deleted the video. I mean, come on.
He made it private. I don't know if he's deleted it yet or not.
Well, maybe he's keeping it to go back and watch it every now and then. Oh.
Maybe
What's going on there, RL?
It's going to be
huh?
on the next True Crimes or True TV Cold Cases. This man was viciously mooned when he was sitting on his computer. We need the public's help in identifying this asshole.
It's gonna be like Porky's. Gonna have to bend over so we can see who it was. Gonna identify him.
Oh, that's just messed up. That's funny. It happened live.
Midnight's gonna be the star witness though, so he's got to look at all of them and
The expert,
identify them.
witness.
The
I
expert
was
witness.
there, Your Honor. I've seen it.
Like number 3, bend over and cough.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't him. That wasn't him.
No, they were a little lower than that.
Never quite. I don't think he'll do that again. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, boys and
And
girls,
that's what I was
it's not a
saying,
good
Rob.
idea
Rob, you was so funny. I was saying you weren't here when I was telling the story eventually, Rob, but you were so funny because you're such a calm, laid back dude. and it was just like, oh, Rob was like, oh man.
There's an asshole on
Oh,
the
man.
screen.
George says cops be like, have you seen this asshole? We need help to find this asshole.
Have you seen this orifice?
Oh, Ozzy said he was in the chat, but he didn't see the picture. Well, you're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
You're lucky.
I mean, I'm sure.
Send me your.
I'm sure.
Ozzy didn't see the chat because he was too busy giving it.
Could send you a copy.
Send me an email and I'll send you a copy of it.
Horrible.
Well, we could always send it to our complaints department at shootingleftofcenter@gmail.com.
Oh man,
and see
I didn't even.
excuse me, sir. We were mooned on the internet. Can you help us find this asshole?
Yeah. Do you know
Like,
this
hey,
man?
I was gonna say you're an asshole. Do you know who this is?
Well, I don't know. You know, Ozzy's sitting here saying that he didn't see the picture. So if he didn't see the picture, but he was in the chat.
Yeah, that's true. Rob says, yeah. He says, I knew that wasn't good, but didn't want to say what it was. Yeah. And that's what's funny is Black Cat said he had to say it like 3 times. He's like, what is it? What was it? And somebody in the chat said, asshole and balls.
You know, and that's the funny thing. It wasn't just a moon. It was a full-blown danglies. And I didn't see it.
It was a 3/4 Monty.
Did he at least wipe before he took the picture?
What?
Did he at least wipe before he took the picture?
Yeah.
I didn't look at it for that long.
Yeah, it was.
I was pissed because it showed up on my phone. And I didn't know he was sending it. I had seen one. It says Sarge, one image. I was like, open. I was like, what is that? Then I was like, Stacy, you got to see this.
Have you seen this hemorrhoid?
Bleach.
Have you seen this hemorrhoid?
Yeah.
We're looking for this hemorrhoid.
You should have been like, Stacy, check this asshole out.
Yeah.
And while you're at it,
Dead Horse says, "What did I miss?"
I'm just
Funny
getting
you
caught up to people
Funny
out
you bring
there.
up having to drop a deuce
Yeah.
there, Dead Horse.
Yeah, interesting. Maybe it was Dead Horse. Is your
I
name?
mean,
do
he
you,
is
do you
old
ever
and
go by
gray.
Amber?
Yeah. Do you know an Amber?
Do you identify as an Amber?
I still think it was Ozzy.
Yeah, whatever. It's Snob's phone screensaver now. Yeah.
Yeah. Shut up.
Is that a good note to self? Is don't drop a link to the chat in the side
That's
chat.
it.
That's like,
That's
yeah, it's
good
the
note
general
to self.
good idea.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's funny is that's what's nice. That's the one thing that's nice about StreamYard with that is somebody can jump in, but you have to then
Approve.
show them, right? So that means this random person jumped into Black Cat's chat and he saw them and he was like, "Oh, I don't know. Wonder who this is. Oh, I don't know. Let's see who this is." And then bam, balls, butthole,
Right in the face. Pow! Right in
Yeah.
the kisser.
bam. Yeah, right in the kiss.
I
Bam.
bet you couldn't hit the stop button quick enough, right?
Oh man, I know.
No, I think Midnight had to tell him to hit the stop button.
Hey, you might want to cut this guy off.
You might want to cut this guy off because I'm at work and I really can't walk around
Yeah.
at full mass without people asking questions.
Yeah.
So Dead Horse,
wow.
Dead Horse identifies as Amber now. So
There you go. You know what? Oh man, Snob. You know what would be funny is next time that should be a thing now. You text that screenshot to somebody and you call it an Amber Alert.
I'm doing it in the morning.
Oh wow!
Amber Alert.
I've got my phone number. I'm waiting to wake
I'm gonna
up and see that.
download the little buzzing sound your iPhone makes when it goes off with one. And I'm gonna put it on, make it a video and send it to him in the morning.
Yeah.
I'll send it to our hens chat in the morning.
That's just wrong. But so right.
Well, you just need to wait. Well, Snob, what you need to do is wait until, I don't know, whenever he does it again, for Honda's Ask Me Anything chat and just say,
Yeah.
"Excuse me, sir, you're into weird shit. Have you seen this asshole?"
Dead Horse is saying, so I take it someone got on the show and showed a bad pic. I guess you could say that.
It wasn't a picture. It was live.
Do you want to see the pic, Dead Horse? I'll email it to you.
Send it to him.
This picture is just like herpes. It's just going to spread around.
See, Seven Wonders says y'all are nuts. We're not our nuts, but that guy's nuts.
It was definitely not mine. I was.
Sir, I will have you know that my nuts are only lightly fuzzy and still fairly tied up. Too late.
What are you married?
No, I was talking Dead Horse.
Oh, you said your balls were tied up. I said, what are you married?
No, I said tight, as in not saggy.
I thought you said
as
tied
in
up.
I am not able to play hacky sack with my own sack.
Yeah, I can't either, and I wouldn't want to. That would hurt.
Hey, did you see the picture I sent you?
Huh?
Did you see the picture I sent you?
On Instagram or what?
No, I sent it on email. I sent it the same time I sent it to Midnight. Same picture.
The same one?
No,
Yeah.
I haven't
Oh, it's worth your time.
opened Gmail since I got in here for 3 times.
It's such a he's just a little
Little angel.
angel.
What's funny though is he was still in bed and we were going over to their house that morning. Before she were like, Stacey's like, yes, he's gonna be in bed. She was gonna go crawl in bed and curl up with him. We were gonna take a picture real quick. And then we get there and he just barely got out of bed whenever we get there. Dang it.
Damn it, our plans were foiled again. Wait a minute, that might have been thwarted. Foiled is once they figured it. Thwarted. Okay, I don't know. One of them frickin' verbs.
Our plans were miscalculated. I
There
told
you go.
you didn't have to put deodorant on today, but no.
You insist.
They got discombobulated.
Rob says,
Boob.
"Wait a minute. Why did he keep the picture?" For
For forensic purposes.
yeah.
It's
dead
simple.
Horse, dead horse is on his way getting it up sent. You can't unsee this dead horse if you choose to open this email from me.
It's under investigation.
Well, you
cannot
see-
choose to unsee this.
You see, there's like this national database of criminally insane mooners. You know, people who go into like Kinko's or the library and just sit on the fax machine and just hit the button.
The Mad Mooner. The Mad
Because you
Mooner
wouldn't-
strikes again.
Because, fun little fact, your asshole is about as unique as your fingerprint and is identifiable.
Mm.
And if you
I
believe
wonder-
that, I've got some wonderful oceanfront property in Switzerland to sell you.
Well, the way California is going, pretty soon we'll have oceanfront property here in Arizona.
Oh,
We can only-
dead
we
horse
can
said
only
a
hope.
good
Bad
point. He
thing,
must
huh?
be referring to that picture.
Yeah, we can only hope.
Wow.
The wife says, "I love how you guys voluntarily want to see this picture."
Hey, I didn't
Dead
realize
horse says, "Oh my
don't-
god, I
need to see
recognize
it,
it."
okay?
Don't even put me in the same category as these bunch of these
I
bunch
will
of
take
maniac
y'all's word
perverts.
for it, okay?
Hey, they just bend over in front of the mirror. We know it was you.
It's a
Well, now,
Pennsylvania
hold
thing.
on.
What do
It
you
can't
want?
be in front of the mirror. It'd have to be the mirror behind him. Excuse me.
No, it needs two mirrors.
Well, maybe
Head of-
three.
head
I
of
mean, he's pretty
figures.
old. He might not be able to bend one
It figures
90
dead
degrees.
horse would know who it is.
No, I can probably bend over. It'd be standing back up that would be the problem, you know. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's partly why we're here, to see who we can get to keel over from cardiac arrest for comedy. No offense.
There you go.
Because, as my plastic surgeon used to say, if you gotta go with a smile.
Sounds like something Joker would say.
Yeah,
That
that
That's
is.
Jack Nicholson.
Yep, that's the
Yeah.
original. That's the original one.
Yeah. Rob says, "I wish I missed it. Now it's all nightmares."
I always feel like an asshole's watching me.
Oh man, I think and that's the whole thing. Not the fact that the dude did it, but it was a couples project. It was a his and hers kind of thing.
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
It was a
showing-
group effort.
I
She was
just
trying to get him all worked up.
I just wonder if these people are just random trolls that are doing this to whoever they can, or if it's somebody he knows.
it had no. It wasn't anybody in there. There's no way. It had to have been. And that's what is. I mean, it's something that they did. I mean, it's not like they just decided like, hey, how about we do this? Is something that this is a thing for them. I guarantee it. It's got to be.
They're key.
So I wonder if they got like a search engine that just, because on YouTube you got to be subscribed to get notifications, or
No,
how did they
you
even?
can just
If
click
you
live
go
stream,
if you go on the
can see
YouTube
her.
home
search
page,
live.
it'll right up on the bracket next to your subscription that says live now, and it's just a collaboration
but
that's live.
That's all your subscriptions that are live.
No.
No, it's live. Period.
Really?
Yeah, on your subscriptions, yes. If somebody's live, they'll move to the top of your subscription list. But as far as regular YouTube, they've got shit that's just click here for everything that's live across the world or that you're allowed to see.
So random trolls.
Yeah, G was doing that one night at an off air after a stream. He was showing us just that live stuff. There's some weird stuff live, like people just constantly like auctioning off like rare coins on YouTube or just stupid stuff all the time.
Oh yeah.
Somebody sitting there plucking their nose hairs.
Yep. If you want it, you can see it. It's on the internet.
Even if you don't want to see it.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Heard
there's
that.
a lot of that. Like balls on Black Cat's channel. But anyway, yeah, I didn't see that. But
Well, on that note,
I didn't need to
2
see
hours, 2.5 hours here, and
All right, buddy.
I'm starting with a headache.
All right. Bye, man.
All right, have a good night, guys. Thanks again
Adios.
for the invite. Ciao,
Yeah,
pip, pip,
buddy.
cheerio, ta-ta.
Make sure you shave. Make sure you shave down there and clean up good next time before you take the pig.
Yeah, anyway, that's what we'll
Well, you know,
Use like a Huggies Nitro wipe and then maybe like a little 1,000 grit wet dry with some baby oil.
yeah, well, you know, the lawnmower 2.0, you know, it wasn't. It's in the mail. I didn't get it yet, so you know, it's kind
You
of
gotta remember, you can't trust them for how sharp the blades are. You gotta sharpen them yourself.
I will say it's pretty. I mean, it was pretty impressive that Black Cat could have that Jessica Yaniv person on his chat. Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
Someone needs
Have a
to
good
find
night,
them
guys.
so I
Take
can
it
send them
easy.
the bill for my mental health.
Catch you next week.
Yeah. See you,
Night,
bud.
Glenn.
See you, bud.
Rob's got PTSD.
Rob, simply send that along. Simply send the invoice from your psychiatrist and a picture to shootingleftofcenter@gmail.com. That's our claim. That's our small claims department, as well as our complaint department, idea department, and dead letter office.
Yeah,
It's pretty much just all departments.
Except for payroll and ideas.
Rob
Yeah,
said
apparently payroll is closed because I've been missing my check lately in this chat.
We gave you one rubber check that was supposed to last you the entire year, but no,
It's
you
still
have no on it.
bouncing. It's still bouncing.
Well, that's good. That was good quality Singapore rubber we made them out of. It wouldn't be much of a rubber check if it wouldn't bounce.
True.
Singapore rubbery. Okay, I
That's where the majority of the world's natural latex rubber comes from.
Yeah, just the
Thank
way
you,
you said it,
Snapple.
though.
I mean, Snob, that's like buying a tire and saying it's too soft and grippy.
Okay, well, soft and grippy
Soft and
tires
grippy.
wear out
It's
quicker,
hard
but
and grippy.
okay.
Okay. We agree.
Are you and Snob? Are you and Rob exchanging nudes out there, or what's going on?
Maybe.
Make sure you charge them.
You don't just give it away for free. Make them work for it.
So who's going to be the first one to get Obnoxious One's baby picture there on Instagram?
I don't know. We've discussed it.
Does he know you have it? Does he know?
Yeah, we showed him.
Being passed around.
He didn't know we've been passing it around. He just thought it just went to us. I may have helped out.
You know what we should do is put that side by side of the picture from Black Cat to that dude's butthole and be like, which one's worse? Which one makes you more nauseous?
Wow. Wow. And wow.
Or you can just put a little dream balloon like, oh, he's sleeping like an angel. I wonder what he's thinking about.
Dude, whenever he sent me that, I was driving and I just kind of glanced at it. I was like, why did he send me a baby pic? What? And Stacy picked it up. She's like, I had laughed. I was like, oh my God.
He's so cute and tight. He's so cute and smooth.
I know. It's funny.
Snap will do
does,
anything
man.
for Bel Air at this point.
It looks like a 2-week-old infant.
You just glance at it, it does. I mean, I'm sure there'll be something that says Meme-matic across the bottom of it.
I'll get to work on it tonight.
Photoshop, here we come.
Yeah.
Sarge has like 14 hours of driving tomorrow, so I'm sure something good will happen.
So he's in Tulsa. Him and Obnoxious, they're all in Tulsa.
Yeah.
Who's got to drive where? Sarge is what? North Carolina? He's in South Carolina, right?
North Carolina.
North.
They're both in North Carolina. Obnoxious is about 3 hours farther.
Yeah.
George Cortez. This
So
is your
how-
asshole. This is your asshole after taking drugs. Say no to drugs, kids.
Oh, that's what we're gonna do with the picture.
Yeah. Have a picture of the actual asshole, then have a picture of the
Sleeping baby.
God.
That's actually not bad.
Someone's stealing your idea, George. We're not saying who, so you can't charge us.
Yeah.
I'm going to email to Matt to see if he's interested in doing a hairy one-eyed bracket next week. Ruh-roh.
It's not like one-eyed snake.
That's the only thing you
Turtlenecks.
can see in that.
Turtlenecks for your one-eyed snake.
Yeah. That's just funny.
Like
All
you
I
said,
can
just
say
post
is-
it in his Discord.
It's good to laugh. It's good to laugh. Laughter is good. And I'm having fun. Thank you. Laughter is good.
Mm-hmm.
Send it to.
Just get an
Send that
old
to-
wanted poster.
And
Yeah,
when
send
I
it to Matt and be like, "Hey, next time you join Black Cat's chat, you should keep your camera off, huh?"
If you remember that you need to have your camera on top of your desk on, not the one underneath for your cam girl show. All right. Night, Mr. Knives. You having a good evening or good week for you?
Macamee Manor. Oh yeah, she sent me something. I was gonna shut it down here. I'll tell you what, we can talk about it next week.
Night, Mr. Knives.
Oh, that's that. I didn't look it up, but is that the one where they were like intentionally? Yeah. I think I'm gonna shut it down now. Well, so I'll look that stuff up and pull it up next week. Because there was something else too that she had about. Yeah, waterboarding people in Georgia. Yeah, let me look that up. I'll look that up so I can have an article pulled up and read from it. And then she also sent me about making clapping illegal, and I think that's a British thing.
It's a weeb thing.
It's a
ignorant thing, but whatever. What?
Yeah.
Making clapping illegal?
Oh, because it's loud and it's triggering. So remember non-binary gender-described people. If to show your approval, simply do jazz hands.
Yeah, Oxford.
Okay, yeah.
Oxford bans clapping to avoid upsetting students.
Yeah, and everybody gets a participation trophy because they just showed up.
Well, I will say this.
I'm here?
Funny.
Yeah,
I
but
think
you complained about your
but you're not gonna
participation
get a
trophy,
trophy.
so.
Well,
Yeah,
last time I just got a participation ribbon, and that was BS.
I think there's definitely instances where, schools. I watched an Instagram clip not long ago of a school that they were doing their graduation, and the one student was very autistic, and they didn't clap because they didn't want to upset him. But I think there's a huge difference in somebody that has an issue like autism and somebody that's just, soft.
I don't know. With that, it's this whole thing is going from okay.
Oh,
this
isn't
Frank,
what she's talking about.
This is Frank. He has autism. He doesn't like loud noises, but he's okay. Instead of it's there might be a person out there with who might not like this, so don't do that.
That's
just
not
kind
what
of
she's
reducing
talking
people
about.
into their own little groups instead of just it's Frank. Just don't do that.
Yeah, I
She
got
said
a
it's
different opinion on some of this, but go ahead.
She said it's not. It's about not putting pressure on people who didn't get claps. That I'm not so worried about, and I wouldn't. That's a little bit crazy. I thought it was the autism thing, which
No. Not getting claps builds character. Being disappointed at people saying no, you suck, it helps build character.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes
I
you
got
gotta
a whole
know.
lot of character then.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a big part of building. I mean, I understand that some people get they get upset about something like that, but it said people who give speeches feel bad whose claps aren't as loud as other speeches. Well, then you should have written a better speech.
From now on, I will clap like what's his name in Beverly Hills Cop when he's clapping for that guy.
Yeah.
Right.
The other thing, like the they're talking about at Oxford, I think is different. That's with people that might have some sensory issues, and I do have a huge amount of sympathy for people that have true issues, and I've seen it. I've seen people with sensory issues, and that's it's tough. Never got claps to work on them. Two Live Moose said.
This whole thing reminds me of course, a George Carlin bit about today's professional parents doing everything for their kids and all the bullshit they're feeding them that most of these kids don't really find out how fucked up they are until they're in their 20s when their boss calls them in their office and says, "Bobby, clean out your desk and get the fuck out of here. You're a loser."
Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody gets a trophy.
There you go. Look, I didn't want to interrupt, but back in my day, like I said, yeah, y'all know
when dinosaurs roamed the earth.
Yes.
Okay. When our Lord and Savior Crom sent men the courage to smite their enemies.
That's funny. Okay, back in my day, if somebody looked out the window during school and you could have done your schoolwork, but if you looked out the window when the teacher was talking and you're just thinking about, what am I going to do when I get out of here? Yeah, my schoolwork's done. I don't care. Well, they called you a dreamer. Now, somebody looks out the window and doesn't pay attention for 10 seconds. They go, "Oh, is he autistic? Oh, we got to send him to this. Oh, is he hyper? We got to put him on Ritalin. Oh, he's autistic. We got to put him on this drug." And I'm sorry that there are true autistic people out there that, yes, they're, but not clapping for them. I'm like, well, I have this different point of view of this is society. This is how it works. Learn how it works. Back in our day, well, he's a daydreamer. And then, like in the late 80s is when all the frickin' Ritalin and all the drugs came in and, oh, well, you got this problem. We're going to give you this drug. You got this problem. We're going to give you this drug. And now I'm looking at society and it's like, well, everybody gets a trophy and, oh, we should feel sorry for them and we should cater to them. And look, I'm not harping on any people that actually have true disabilities, but there's a lot of people out there that the only disability they have is the goddamn government and the school system and everything else said, you got a problem. We got a drug for that.
Yeah, I think when you're dealing with anybody, whenever you're dealing with a kid that has some sort of issue, I think it's important to do whatever you can to get that kid to grow up to be able to be a productive member of our society and teach them and help them. I think a lot of people shelter kids too that do have issues, and sometimes the kids that have like not huge issues can be sheltered, and their issues get worse too. I think there's something to be said for giving a kid the chance, but also I don't want to say pushing, but to really try and get them out into the world and be with a member of society. Everybody's different, and there's going to be people that aren't going to quite fit in, but that doesn't mean that they can't be out there too. I think you see people that are so sheltered it just they didn't have a chance to be part of quote unquote normal society. You know what I mean?
That's the kind of point I was making, because the way that society is driven and the way that, and we all know Common Core and things that are being taught, and you can ask people that are seniors in high school about World War II, and they have no clue. And I'm like, what the hell are they being taught? But point is there's so much, and shall I call it indoctrination, that they're all being steered. They're I don't know, man. I'm getting into political things, but it just seems like our educational system just isn't. It's not, like I said, teacher says, "Oh, little Jimmy was looking out the window daydreaming." Well, we better send him to the psychologist, and we got drugs for that. What? No.
Yeah,
How about you do your job as a teacher and talk to the child, see how you see what I mean?
Oh no, I totally agree. I think every kid's going to be different. Some kids are going to probably need some sort of medication. Some of them don't.
Agree.
Some of them don't. I think that I think that medication can be used as the easy way out too. There's a ton of therapies out there that do an amazing amount of good for kids too, as they're growing up. Things that there's a ton of stuff out there that when you catch these kids that are really, really young, can make a world of difference and open them up and teach them and let them. It's just like preschool. It's like you don't send somebody was talking about United States having pre-K paid for, and how much it helps a kid learn when they get older. I think preschool teaches you how to teaches you how to learn. It gets you sort of in the mood, not in the mood, but in the mind frame of like, okay, this is school. I'm going to learn and I can still have fun and do this. And it gets less fun. It gets more like school as you go. But it's the same thing with some therapies when kids are little, man, it can like totally open them up to dealing with their issues. If a kid is taught not like, don't be weird, don't be weird, don't be weird, and that's all they're taught, like they're going to grow up thinking I'm weird, I'm weird, I'm weird. When really, you might just have a little quirk, you know what I mean? And it can be easily dealt with, and it doesn't have to be an issue at all. The wife is saying the article is about adults. Yeah, I know, but we just got on a side street here.
A child saying you're weird. Well, what's weird in today's society? Because everything's acceptable now. But like I said, back in my day, I don't know. Teachers seem to pay more attention to exactly. They pay more attention to their students, how their students learn. And, I can tell you this, I got into some trouble when I was a juvenile. And do you guys remember the Big Brother program where they would, I had to go to court for something stupid and they assigned me a big brother? Well, this guy was the deputy sheriff and he was, I don't know, maybe in his like mid to late 20s at that time. Shit, I was like 15, 14. I don't know. But he was a good mentor. You see what I mean? And he taught me, a lot. But he was still old school. He wasn't new school where I'm looking at all this Common Core and the way that things are being taught. And like we said earlier about everybody gets a trophy for just showing up. No. And I don't know. This is hard to fathom because all of us have to look at this. You're all old enough. You're all adults that when you're a kid, you're told you can be whatever you want to be to an extent. Because I'm sorry, some people just aren't smart enough to be an astronaut or be, you see what I mean? Yes.
Or be skilled enough to where, I want to make my own little furniture or my own little artistic doodads.
Exactly. And that's perfect example is I want to build wood furniture. And come to find out, you got 5 left thumbs, and you couldn't figure out how to run. You just can't do it.
You couldn't cut a straight line if your life depended on it.
Exactly. And
who was that? Mike Rowe back when they still had when he did stuff for like Prager or that, the little commercials of.
Love Mike Rowe.
His whole thing was, I was raised by my grandfather, And what I wanted to do more than anything was be a carpenter like him. He could build a whole house without needing plans or anything.
Right.
And he said
saw it
after
himself.
5 years of me doing shop and I brought him home this little wall sconce, he took me aside and said, you know, if you like doing woodwork as a hobby, that's fine, but you are never going to be able to do this as a full-time job. Look for something else that you might like to do.
And look what Mike Rowe did. And honestly, look at Mike Rowe. He is a pro-conservative, right down to, and look at Dirty Jobs. And I said to myself, watching that series, I'm like, dude, I work for a living and do shit. I don't want to do half the shit he's doing for the show. You know what I mean? It's like he's crawling down into holes and scooping shit. I don't want to do that for a day. And I said to myself, I went, well, yeah, Mike Rose, he's probably getting paid pretty good, but he did it for a purpose. And he has his little podcast. He's got his YouTube thing. Listen to him. He's been on Fox News, and Mike Rose, you fucking work for it, conservative. That's what you got to do. You figure out what you can do, what you're good at. And unfortunately, some people aren't good at much of anything because some people will not apply themselves the way they need to. In other words, you want to succeed, you better keep busting your butt and applying yourself. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that they'll never get it. They'll never figure out they'll work at McDonald's for 10, 12 bucks an hour. And such is life. And people dog Mike Rowe for that, and it's like, but he speaks the truth.
Well, he does. He has a whole grant program too for kids that are going into the trades.
Oh yeah, he's got all kinds of charity stuff that he does, and but that's what I said. Mike Rowe is a very staunch conservative believer in, and you know, like you said, buddy, he says his grandpa said, you might want to find something else. I guess he did, and he's doing very well at it. So, I don't know. It's a tough thing, man. That, you know, we're talking about the participation trophies and all, and I'm sorry that the way that our country has got that. Oh well, you tried. We're gonna give you a trophy just for trying and make you feel important. How about if you really want to get somewhere, you'll work for it?
Yeah.
I definitely agree. Midnight. Let me ask you this: you're a chef, allegedly a chef. Did you have to work for it? I know you did.
Hell yeah! I mean, yeah, you give up a lot, man. I mean, there's a lot of, just like anything else. There's a lot of I mean, what I do is it's weird because it's almost like a sport. I kind of look at it like you're almost like a professional athlete in a way, because you have to have a lot of natural talent for it too. Some people just can't do it.
You went to school to do what you have, and you worked your butt off to do what you're doing now.
Yeah, for sure. You know, you put a lot into it. You miss out on a lot of stuff for sure. Just like anybody else. That, you know, I think most of the time, most professionals do though. Most professionals do have to give up a lot to become successful. You know.
Yeah, honestly, I look at that. I mean, I drive truck for a living. I've been doing it for 22 years now. Drove over the road, did that. You know, living over the road ain't no way to live unless you're making a buku bunch of money.
Right.
But living over the road, that's your life. Behind the wheel of a truck, you sleep in the sleeper. Yeah, it ain't no fun. What I do now, I'm local. I'm home every night, and money isn't awesome, but it's the one thing that it isn't is I was a welder and a fabricator. I stood on my feet for years in my 20s and 30s. I welded. I breathed all kinds of noxious fumes. I sweated. You know what I mean? It's like my life's a little different. I got married young, and I had to do what I could do to survive. But fortunately, I was smart enough that no matter what trade and I'm telling you, I've been a carpenter, electrician, plumber, whatever trade I jumped into, I was smart enough to grasp it. I'm a tradesman. I can work with my hands. Unfortunately, most people today, the younger people coming up, they haven't got a clue. I had an old friend of mine who's dead now that said, always invest in the trades because you're always going to need a plumber. You're always going to need a carpenter. You're always going to need, and it's so true. And trust me, my son, he's working in a maintenance department at a local factory, making $22.50 an hour. That's not terrible money. You see what I'm saying? It's like, learn a skill, be skilled at what you do, learn it. And like I said, I'm looking at this whole millennial coming up, and they think everything should be handed to them, and it's like, what? No.
Well, I don't. Yeah, it is. It's tough because I think there's a lot of people that are, a lot of kids, young people that aren't willing to sacrifice for what they want. I think that's a good way to say it, a sacrifice, because you can sacrifice in lots of different ways. You can sacrifice the amount of sleep you get. You can sacrifice the amount of time you see your family. You can sacrifice, whatever. It's not just, it's not just one thing. It could be lots of different things. And that's just how it's always been for years, for decades, for generations. Most of the time you've had to sacrifice things to be successful. And there's a lot of people that, and it's because there's more and more things nowadays that come easy. I think everybody looks at those and they're like, well, if that's easy, everything should be easy. And it's just not like that.
You're exactly right. That's what I said, the whole participation trophy and everybody's a winner. No, everybody's not a winner. That's the leftist movement. The leftist movement is, everybody's a winner, everybody's fair, and no, I'm sorry. And as much as people try and say, it's the majority, no, it's not. The leftist movement in this country is not the majority. The majority is free-thinking people that have worked their ass off and got what they got because they worked their ass off. And the leftist movement just wants to hand things to people and go, well, you're privileged. You get this. You should get this. I'm sorry. That's not what this country was built on. This country is built on working your butt off, man.
Right. Yeah, there's some people that are going to have it easier, and there's some people that are going to have it harder. And I think it's tough because it seems like the people that have it harder now are so much more vocal about how for some reason that's not fair. And they're catching a raw deal, and it's just how it is. I don't know.
Well, I can tell you this, who I work for, my brother's known him since high school. His business started small, he's grown, and I've worked for him for I lost count, 12, 15, I don't know how many years. He's a great, cool dude, blah, blah, blah. Now his son works for him, and he's like second in command. But I can tell you this, his son, he's up at 6 a.m. He's going. He's working. He's out running machinery. He's working. But without dad's help, and I like to call that family money, would he be as successful as he is now? No, he wouldn't. But the fact that he's willing to get up and do what it takes, he's a worker. You see what I mean? And he's, I don't know, 3 years older than my son. He's about my daughter's age, somewhere in there. But the guy gets up, he's out there running excavators. He's working on trucks. He's a go-getter. He's a worker. And I don't have a problem with that. But if that was him without family money, where would he be?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of a weird toss up there. But honestly, I don't have a problem. If I had family money and the business was, yeah, he's out doing what he's got to do and he's busting his butt. He's not sitting in an office being a lame ass pencil pusher. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, it's like, so, there's a weird line there, but there's so many people out there that the family money and they just, and there's a couple families around my town here that, if you grew up with that last name, you'll be all right. Your daddy will give you a job. You'll be all right. And you'll make shit tons of money. And it doesn't matter how smart you are because that was family money. So 6 and 1, half dozen the other, the people saying, oh, the rich people this and the rich, you got to look at it from a smaller perspective, I guess, to me. You know what I mean? Because honestly, if it wasn't for these families, smaller families around here with money, there'd be 500 people that weren't employed. And the great thing is a lot of these smaller companies, they're not that small. They pay attention to their employees.
Yeah, and that's a big part of it too. I mean, there has to be people that own the business so that people can work for the business. You know what I mean? If it's a whole, it's like an ecosystem, really. I mean, there's gonna be people that are successful and open up businesses. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with somebody being a millionaire. There's nothing wrong with somebody having a shitload of money. There's nothing wrong with somebody owning multiple houses and doing all that kind of stuff. It's what you do, with, what you do in addition to that I think is important. I think it is important if you have an excess of money, you're doing really well for yourself and you own a business, to be good to your employees, and treat them well and give them as good of a working experience as you can. I think that's important. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that are just cutthroat, ruthless, miserable bastards, and that's how they got their money, and that's how they're going to continue to live even after they've gotten it. And I think that sucks. I think that's a shame.
Right. Yeah. I've always thought the same thing. Like I said, man, I got married at 18, had kids young, blah, blah, blah. And, told the ex-wife, she's like, oh, let's get married and have kids. And, I was young, dumb, and, I'm not going to say the next one. Yeah. So, and now I look back at 53. Shit, I look back at 33. I'm like, hey, dumb fuck. But, that's the thing I tried to tell her. It's like, look, something. We're going to have a family, and I'm going to go to work straight out of high school, and you expect me to make how much? What? I got to take the first job I can get. You know what I mean? So, and trust me, I've worked for a lot of companies just because I had to pay the bills. I had to feed my kids. That they don't give a shit about you. You're replaceable. I'm Mr. Bigwig. We're a big corporation. We don't care. And that, like I said, who I'm working for now, been working for him, I don't know, 15, whatever years. He's a small company. I can go right to my boss and go, I got a problem. And we'll work it out. You know what I mean? And not a lot of companies out there like that, but there's too many companies out there that just could give two shits about you. It doesn't matter if they, I twisted my ankle yesterday. Well, you're working through a temp service, so now you're fired. What? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. It's after 2. It's 2:10 here. I think we're going to shut it down unless anybody.
I've been talking too long. Damn it! You gave me a link. I'm going to talk.
No, that's fine. I'm just been a long day, long week, and I got another long one coming up.
It has been for me too. The past 3 days, my sleep habit all messed up. Did get strange today. Good day.
Yeah, my Saturdays are normally pretty brutal. This was like an hour and little over an hour longer than normal, so wipe me out. George says, "What's the giveaway?"
What giveaway?
The
What are
giveaway
you
is the
giving away, damn it? I
knowledge
want to
and
know.
the
Barrett.
information to
Give
never,
away a
ever
Barrett.
put a link in the chat.
Vandalistica says, "How's the little man?" He's doing okay. He was sick last. He's just getting over being sick. He was real sick last week again. We ended up at the doctor and ended up having to take him in to get some breathing treatments because his chest was real congested and all that nonsense that comes with dealing with some asthma and when you get sick and stuff. So he was pretty wiped out for a couple of days, but he's doing pretty good now. He had a real fun day today. We had a good time. He's doing just, it seems like out of nowhere. We were talking about it. It's out of nowhere. He's getting really, really good with his drawings and doing his alpha, like writing, his coordination's getting really, really good. So it's funny. He was sitting here while I was starting to set up the first show. And he was just drawing. He drew a Godzilla with a little stick figure on its back, and he was telling me a big story about how it's Godzilla, and he was riding Godzilla, and he was going to fight the other monsters. He's a Godzilla junkie right now. He loves it. So it's just funny. He's
How
at
old
a
is
great
little
age.
man? How old is
What's
little
that?
man?
He'll be 5 here coming up soon.
Cherish it, dude.
Yeah. Oh, he's at a great age.
Getting fast.
He's at such a funny age. He's at such a funny age, and he knows it too now, which is really funny because he'll say stuff and laugh with you when you laugh, and it's funny. Yeah.
So what's going on? He's been sick. You said he's got
Oh,
asthma.
I mean, he's just once he's like a lot of people are like that. It's just when they get sick, it seems to run straight to his chest. You know what I mean? So
Right. Just watch out for pneumonia, man. Just watch out for pneumonia. So trust me, I've had it. I don't know how many times, and it's strange that it would go from I got a head cold, now I got a sore throat, strep throat, now I got pneumonia. Yay!
Well, and that's last year. That's what happened. He went from being sick to we ended up rushing him to the ER because he was getting lethargic, and that was really scary. This time wasn't as bad, but we've kind of been there, done that now a couple times where we're a little more aggressive with his treatments, and we don't let him. We've seen him get really bad really quick. So when you see that happen, when you see it happen once, it really changes the way you look at things, and you're like, yeah, he's sick, but you start looking for signs, of something a little bit worse. So, he's doing better now for sure. Still got a little runny nose, but he's also he's in preschool too. So he just, he's coming home he's in school with a bunch of other kids, and he gets sick, and then we get sick, and it's just a mess.
I hope he's all right. Like I said, man, the whole, breathing and man, I've seen it, and I've seen it in my kids come home sick, and 3 days later they got bronchitis and they're sick as hell. Of course, that's 25 whatever years ago. Anyway, but I hope he's gonna do all right.
And George says, I feel for kids when they get sick. They don't have the strength like adults at times to shake it off. Yeah, and he's a trooper, man. I'll tell you, because he's the best. He's just such a good kid. I mean, we're so lucky. He's the sweetest little dude. And when it was time to go to the doctor, like, the one day he woke up sick and he's like, I think we should we should go see the doctor. You know what I mean? Like, because he's good. He knows what's best for him. He knows that, we've been through it a bunch of times. He knows it's not as scary as, it is maybe another, you would think. He went and we got checked out, and he does so good, and we ended up, going over the ER and getting treatments, and and he started feeling better. So it's good, and he likes the attention. He likes to meet people, and so it's pretty cool.
That is cool. Is he on asthma medicine to manage this, or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, that's
Yep.
but it's cool that, like you said, he says, I think we need to go to the hospital.
Well, that's what. Yeah, he was like, maybe we'll go to the doctor. And that's what I was like, yeah. So, and that's the thing. I mean, he's a trooper. He fights through it. But he doesn't fight. He doesn't fight against you trying to, the treatments and
right.
And he's a trooper with medicine. Like we're, giving some nighttime medicine to help him sleep and to help like antihistamines and stuff to help open him up. And he does it like a champ, man. Shoots back that medicine and hustles off to bed. So
it just sucks that you got to go through that. Dude, I went through some of that stuff when I was younger and a kid. But hey, something? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and it is. I mean, you live and learn a little bit. You learn what to worry about and what not to worry about, and it's our only kid. So, the wife's in healthcare, so she knows what to look for. You know what I mean? So,
big yawn.
Yeah, so she knows what to look for sure.
Well, yeah, and like you said, that it's your own child. You know how the child behaves, and you know what to look for. What something isn't right. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and that's 100% true, and that's something that we found too, because he is, like I said, he's such a good kid. Like we would go in to have him checked out, and he would just be kind of, excuse me, man, I'm wiped out. Grab a tiny water and pull the plug. Yeah, for sure. We would go in, and the nurses and doctors would be like, "Oh, he doesn't seem bad. He doesn't seem sick," and we're like, "No, this isn't right. He's just off." And sometimes, and that's something you learn too, is with kids with illnesses, and something that I had to learn myself was you got to be his advocate. That was an important word for me to learn when when he was young, is to be his advocate. You got to fight for him sometimes, because you don't want him to just be a number.
Well, yeah, I learned that with my kids. Whenever if we had to go to the ER or the doctor, dude, they'd say, "Whoa, this is this." Dude, I was asking like 15, 30 questions. You know what I mean? Like, whoa, what if? Is it just because I can tell you this, dealing with my 85-year-old mother and her doctors, and I got to give her meds, and it's there's so much going on, and it's like there's so many doctors working back and forth, and it's a little different, old people, but I'm telling you that you go to a doctor and they say, "Oh, well, you got this." Might not be right, because humans err.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I don't. I think, having dealt with a bunch of doctors, I think what you've got to do is you've got to know when to push them as professionals too.
Well, the point I was getting at is, this is your child. You live with him every day. It's no different than your wife or anybody else. You live with them every day, and their behaviors, their patterns. You go to the doctor, and the doctor says, "Well, I think it's this." Well, wait a minute, doc. You might want to listen to what I'm saying, because I know this person and I know how to behave, and what you're saying doesn't. You see what I mean? And it's like they don't know that person personally. They don't know your child. So it's up to you, being an advocate for your child, to go, wait a minute, let's talk about this. It's what you were saying about being an advocate for your child, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Anywho, you getting ready to jump, brother?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna knock this shit off. It is officially Veterans Day.
Yes, it is.
So
Thank you.
Woohoo.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I am saluting right now.
put
Yep.
your pants back on. Take it easy.
I'm not saluting that way, god dang it. I was an amber
Spreading the
mooned
cheeks.
black cat.
The brown eye salute.
Bad ass.
Yeah.
The
Bad
one-eyed
ass.
salute.
Yeah, so, and honestly, I tried to tell y'all earlier, I put in there, if I mooned, it'd be Sasquatch. Yeah, trust me, I ain't pulling my pants down. People would go, is that a monkey?
Hey, I resemble that remark.
Yeah, all the hair on the top of my head went everywhere I didn't want it. What the hell?
So so if tomorrow's a great day. Tomorrow's the day to, you know, tomorrow's the day that gives us the ability to thank thank the people that are still with us.
Yep.
You know,
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not Memorial. People get veterans in Memorial Day. Memorial Day is all that have gave their lives or that have passed that put their lives on the line. That's Memorial. Veterans Day is for all that are still here. Thank them.
Yeah, take advantage of it. I will say the somebody was talking about it in one of the chats about the differences between the different days, and
Mm-hmm.
you need to keep them straight. And this one's for this and this one's for that. But I think it's important, and and then why are there so many, or why do you need them? You shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to have them. They shouldn't have to be a thing. Like, you shouldn't have to have a Veterans Day and a Memorial Day and all that shit. You should just do it all the time. And that's. I mean, I guess I understand why somebody would say that, but it's not. I don't think it's realistic to say that. I think you do need the days on the calendar.
I'm gonna throw this in that I know where they're coming from, because as a patriot, every single day you honor the fallen, you honor the vets. That's just, as a patriot, giving them their own day. Yeah, I can see that, but it's a shame that some people just think that's a day off at work.
Well, I think there's a lot. I mean, I know how busy life is, and how much you got going on, and you're worried about bills, and you're worried about work, and your kid's sick, and blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff. I can't. I think it's important to have those days on the calendar where it comes up, and it does make you think about things, because it does. And I'll say, Veterans Day coming up, even though he's not still around, it makes me think of my grandpa a lot. And, last week I was thinking, people started talking about Veterans Day a lot. I started thinking about him, and it made me really, it made me think about, another relative. It's a niece. My grandfather's niece is still alive. She's older. She's not doing all that great, and I haven't seen her in a long time. And I think she's seen my son. I think she's might only seen him once.
Did she serve? Did she serve?
No, but it was just like, like a follow. It's just like a breadcrumbs. You know what I mean? Started thinking about my grandpa, which made me think about her, because they were very close. She was 12 years younger than my grandfather, and looked at my grandfather as like a big brother because of some tumultuousness in the family, I guess you could say. So she was always he was always very important to her. So we made plans to go see her. Not today, but this coming Sunday, next week, we're gonna take my son over and meet my aunt over there, and we're just gonna go over and visit and and just whatever happens, whatever we talk about, we talk about. No preconceived,
How old is she?
Well, let's see. He was born in 20, so she would have been born in 32. So
probably about 87.
Yeah, she'd be right around 90. Yeah.
Yep.
And she's like, I talked to her on the phone, and she sounds great, but physically it's not so awesome anymore.
Yeah.
And just got to thinking about it. I was like, man, it's like we really need to get over there and see her, so she can experience the little guy. You know what I mean? And
Oh yeah, and I'm telling you, she'll like him. And you know something, brother, this is the weird thing. We were talking about the whole millennium and all that, and this is the weird thing. Your aunt, 87 years old, you could learn a lot from her, and
for sure,
the generations before that.
He's back, Black Cat.
Oh.
No, Outcat. Rob's ratting us out.
What I was going to say, like I said, I've said this so many times. The high school that I went to school up on Main Street's now like, I don't know, the 6th grade school or something, but that was the high school. But there were inscriptions written in sandstone up on 2 little pillars. One was education is an intellectual journey, but the other one, which is cool, the other one that always got me said, knowledge comes, but wisdom lingers, which means it's as simple as it gets. You don't get smart, or you don't get old not being smart. In other words, wisdom comes from living, experiencing life, and growing from that and learning from what you, and there's so much. And I grew up, my uncle, my mother's brother taught me how to reload. I still do it today. I use everything that he taught me to this day, and of course everything I've learned since then. But you might want to listen to the generation before you. And with the millennials and everybody, it's just like, no, we're smarter than you, we're smarter than you. It's just like what was that British chick that whatever, oh, you stolen it from us, so how dare you. I'm like, you haven't got a clue. You just haven't got a clue. You're 16 years old. You haven't got a clue. No, I'm smarter. No, you're not. No, you're not. Knowledge comes, but wisdom lingers. I'm going to leave it at that because, come on, really? Oh, I'm 16 and I'm smarter than all of you. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Well, all you know is what you hear when you're young. You never.
Until you live and learn, and that's where knowledge comes, but wisdom lingers. Yeah, you might want to listen to what you heard and learn from it.
Black Cat's acting like he hasn't gone back and watched the chat.
Okay, see, now I got to jump in the other thing and say, hey, Black Cat, what about the dangly things?
Dangly bits.
All right, let's call it a night and get some sleep here.
Right.
You guys got anything to plug? You got anything going on? Kinky, you got anything to plug other than Sarge?
No, not today. I wish he was here to see it.
Yeah, he didn't even acknowledge my text. That son of a bitch. No. Bastard.
Fun.
Well, I have Kinky's email now. I'll make sure I send him one every week. Get him. Hopefully, we'll have GunTube back next week. We can have more people on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We had
I'm definitely going up again.
we had a great crowd going until we had a good, strong
Until you
panel.
broke GunTube.
Yeah.
Damn
So what-
Travi, you're all alike.
I know.
So what happened
see.
with GunTube?
I don't know. It just shit the bed on me.
Yeah, honestly, I've been in several and watched several, and it seemed to run. And just
Oh yeah, I've had no issues with it since I started using it. And boy, I think we had like 9 people on the panel and quite a few out in the chat, and it just shut off. It just died. I tried to get it back, and I couldn't figure out how to get it running again. I think there's an issue with it.
all right,
And
I'll send Night Strike an email like, "Hey, dude, your poop ain't working, man."
but he's been the last couple of weeks. He's been around too. Like he hopped in the chat the other week or whatnot. So I was kind of wish he was around just to let me know. At the time, I mean, now it is what it is. But at the time, I didn't know if it was me or if it was GunTube. I think it was something with GunTube because it wouldn't let me hop back in my own chat, and the other guys said they couldn't get back in the chat either. So I don't know. It was weird.
Stupid smart machines.
Pink says his mom turned the basement lights off and killed the power to the server.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh, right? Black Cat says, "Yeah, Midnight did."
Oh, so the chat was deleted before it was uploaded. Before it uploaded. Oh, he did delete it. Okay.
That's probably good.
Mia, you did get your GunTube patch. Little guy put it on your patch panel for you. It's right here. It's right down
It's
here.
a bummer though that he deleted it, even though I didn't want to see the whole dangly.
Morbid curiosity got the better of you. You were wanting to compare it to.
Look,
is this guy really worse than mine? I need to know for research purposes.
What the thing is I didn't see any of this, and you're all telling me what happened. It's like, okay, even though I don't want to see hairy dangly bits, I want to go back and watch what happened.
Oh yeah, just hit up Gunsnob. He'll send you the photo, or ask Obnoxious One if he's got his photo yet.
Are you on your computer or your phone right now, Armament? You're on your computer, right?
Yeah, I'm on the laptop.
All right, check your email.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I told you it's like the gonorrhea syphilis. It's just going to keep getting passed around.
Okay, now wait a minute. If I
Somebody
open
has
this
to
and
send that to
get
Yankee.
infected,
Only your eye holes. Only your eye holes will get affected.
Does anybody know if Gary got his barbecue gun? I don't know if Gary bought anything or not.
Gary was looking for a barbecue gun?
Is that
Yeah,
like 98%? What?
Black Cat says somebody screen captured it. Of course I did. That's the first thing I did when it
For
happened.
informational and historical purposes that have
Okay,
nothing to do with the special
okay.
software
I'm
folder.
hitting the. I got it. I'm hitting the delete button right now. That's
delete to the private folder.
no, fucking delete. I gotta like trash and dump it. What the? That was totally ass and balls. What the?
Hey, look, here's the thing. We told you what it is. You
Yes,
heard
you
what
did.
it was.
He's
Midnight
still
said he was sending it to you, but you still clicked.
Yep, you still get you gotta click.
That's like saying, hey,
Kill the cat.
it's like saying, hey, Armament, we don't touch this ladder here. It's leaning up against the ladder. That's why Larry isn't here. And then you just kind of just touch the ladder anyway.
But I was asking for the link to the chat so I could see it happen live.
Sure.
I didn't need to
Sure.
see
I heard he wanted to see it, didn't you, Midnight? I heard he said, "I don't want the chat. I want to see what this whole thing's about."
He said he was just itching to see it.
Yeah,
it's more like when you're
more like that burning sensation.
It's more like when you're you know, I mean, if you live out in a rural area and you got like a electric fence or something for cows, and you're like,
if I pee on it, how close do I have to be?
Yeah, I gotta touch that.
You don't want to be in at any distance.
Yeah, I gotta touch that fence. I gotta touch it. I gotta see. I gotta touch it. And yeah.
And then your friend behind you going, "Oh yeah, I gotta touch this too." After seeing it lay you flat.
Right.
I wanted a link to the actual chat. I didn't need the link to the whole picture, but I wanted to see it happen live. That's just to see the whole how it happened.
See the hole. You just wanted to see the hole.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to see the hole. Oh God, you misconstrued motherfuckers. Whatever.
You're the one who keeps saying the hole. I mean, you're claiming to be 100 and some odd years old. You should know that if in this particular context, simply saying I wanted to see the hole, regardless of what comes after it, we're gonna say the hole. We're gonna say the hole with an H, not the hole with a W. See, isn't
Black
the English
Cat says he saw more than just the hole.
See, isn't the English language a wonderful thing? Would do that, I would never ruin anyone unless I was tanned in tone and lotion smoking for
Yeah, this ass is pretty horrible. It's pretty horrible.
Wow.
It's some rancid ass, low ass, ass and balls.
Ass and ass. Oh, my teeth hurt. I'm laughing too hard.
It was a pretty fucked up thing to do. It really was. Like, there's no, as funny as it is, like if it happened like on a and it was just a show like this where they were just bullshitting and talking and whatnot. But if it happened on a show that was really good, like if it was a show that like you really had an agenda and you had some good guests on and stuff,
or was something interesting like people arguing back and forth and wondering, okay, who's going to draw blood first?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, a wild cock and balls appears.
I
didn't realize Sergeant Derpy had this email address.
Yeah.
That guy's a character.
Oh my God!
I'm only half sorry, Derpy. You brought this upon yourself.
He's something else.
God damn it! I can't stop laughing. My cheeks hurt.
I mean,
well, you're staring at that hole for a while. Were you trying to match it? Is that why your cheeks hurt?
No, my face cheeks, not my ass cheeks.
Well, your face, your ass. Some days it's hard to tell the difference.
Yeah, well, yeah. Okay, I'll agree. You know, some days my face looks like an ass because I'm going to ass about it. But
Rob says it's only funny because it's only fuzzy. Blah blah blah. It's only funny because it's only funny because it's not your show for sure. I mean, well, like I said, it depends on the show. Even if it was just a random bullshitty lobby chat kind of thing, and you had to delete it, even if it's your show, it's pretty fucking funny. But if you had a show that you really had some effort into, and you had then that sucks.
Like,
sure.
I had Liberty Doll and the reanimated corpse of Charlton Heston all on the same show, and then this appeared.
If he deleted it, can they delete the channel or something? I don't think so now. I think they would have to have caught it live. I guess it's possible to still get in trouble, but
Sarge, thank you.
What the fuck was that?
Don't ask.
Did your cat throw it up or something? Jesus Christ.
Worst said,
you have
Okay, I
is your
muted my
cat
mic.
gagging?
That wasn't me. Who the what? Somebody
Do you have a
snoring?
llama that's like gagging in your living room or something?
I don't
Jesus.
think
Cat-
that
cat-
sound
Oh,
was
hello?
biological.
Yeah. Oh, no, that was my dog. He just had surgery a few days ago.
Jeez.
For what?
No, he had breathing problems.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what
I was
the
gonna
hell?
say that sounded battery powered.
Battery powered. Oh my god.
All I hear is this. Meh, meh. God damn it! Who ran down the D cells on this son of a bitch? Go get him out of the remote control.
Ain't there a recharge for this?
Was it bad again? Vandalistica says, was it bad again? No, it wasn't Matt's show, no. No. It was Black Cat's show. He put the link in the chat. Next thing you know,
Some random asshole
Bam.
just came in.
Yeah. You put the link in the chat, just any old asshole can come in and show up.
Yeah, not like the good ones that are waxed and bleached or toned. It's just some random asshole.
It's true. Note to self: do not put link to chat in side chat. Yeah,
right.
In
Don't do
external.
that. Yeah,
hey,
you never
Black
know.
Cat, love you, brother. Live and learn.
And then get
He
drunk
said it's
again and
gone
do
now.
it.
It's
Yeah,
going
well,
now. I think I'm good.
I guess it depends on how far you want it to go crazy, but hey, he does have the beer chat, so it's like, well, how far do you? Was it his beer chat when they jumped in?
Beer chats are Tuesdays
Tuesdays.
or Thursdays,
Yeah.
aren't they?
But that's just I mean, I feel sorry for RL. It's like what that this shit happened to him, but it's like, okay, buddy, well, you might want to not do that. He's like, oh yeah, we're in a chat, and it opens a picture, and seriously, if that picture went live, and M's like, oh wow, that's just oh.
All right. Let's get the hell out of here.
All right.
So it is, like I said, it's Veterans Day. So if you come across a veteran, let them know you appreciate his service. Hook them up with a snack, maybe.
And
sometimes you see them.
Yeah, I mean, if they're hungry, definitely feed them.
Yeah, just don't go winging a can of chili at them.
Yeah, and
they don't like that.
And even if you got like MREs in your stash, just don't drive the road throwing MREs at them. That
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I thought we were thanking
advice.
them, not telling them, hey, here's some crappy food that's older than me.
Yeah, that's great advice. Don't throw MREs at people from moving vehicles.
the funny thing is most MREs will survive a lot longer than you think, and them things are made to like generate freaking fighting calories, and but they might make you poop more or less. I don't know. And just
usually less. That's what the cheese sauce is in there for.
Mm.
But honestly, I mean, MREs, that's great survival food.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with MREs. I used to eat MREs as a kid. We'd get them from the Army Navy store, and we'd take them up to camp and munch on them.
Yeah,
I always thought they were cool.
Hell, I grew up eating K rations and C rations from Korea and Vietnam, and my uncle would say, "Here, I got this." I'd open the can, it's like, oh, what the hell's this dry ass shit? I don't know. But guess what? That dry ass shit was full of calories and gave you all kinds of this. And yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Not that it's going to be good on a long term, but
look, it's very simple. You can eat as much of anything as you like. You just got to do the exercise to do it off. Usually.
You're exactly right, and that was the whole philosophy behind the rations and the warfighter. And look, like I said, man, I'm 53. You guys are, at least 30 or 40. Can you do what you did when you was 18? No, you can't. Wish we were all 18 again.
I could sit on my ass and play video games just as well as I could back when I was 18.
Vandalistic has said A&A grew up eating brontosaurus legs.
No, it wasn't the whole brontosaurus legs. Armament and Access grew up poor. Do you have any idea how much time and energy it takes to cook one of those damn things?
Yeah,
you damn young whippersnappers with your brontosaurus leg cutting laser sons of bitches.
Sons of bitch and bumphuses.
Sons of bitch and pumpuses.
Dog ear in the door. No, look, I grew up in the age of, well, let's go out and hunt, and if you need to, just start a fire and cook the motherfucker. I don't know.
And if that doesn't work out, maybe somebody will drive past you and throw an MRE at your head.
There you go. There you go.
Oh,
there we go. So
hey, careful! These K rations have sharp corners.
Yeah, they did. They were like cans. Now MREs are like plastic bags. They feel like somebody hitting you with a lead pillow. What?
Lead
pillow. Sweet beefy mac.
I could go for some cheesy beefy mac right now. All right, if you guys don't have anything else, I'm gonna lock this son of a bitch up.
Okay, so ladies, gentlemen, and Jonases of all ages, thank you for watching Midnight Range TM's The Closer, episode 100.1, Rev 3.3, Mark 47. Please be sure to check out gunchannels.com for more Pro 2A content. Gunchannels.com is a community focused on firearms, built for shooters by shooters for conversations similar to this. I really don't know where to go with this one. So.
Yeah, I was waiting for the
all hail the full moon.
This concludes our regularly scheduled programming, but we'll be back sometime tomorrow with random lobbies. Also keep an ear out for Black Cat Outdoors beer chats and the Great Cornholio. Gunchannels.com Monday night programming at 5 p.m. Eastern. It's hasty headlines with never enough ammo, so get your daily dose of news and commentary. At 7 p.m. Eastern, it's the Polite Society podcast on Facebook. 8 p.m. Eastern, it's Clover Tax, MOA Monday only on Instagram, and Hawaii Volcano Squad's locked and loaded on YouTube. 9 p.m. Eastern, it's Never Enough Ammo, a.k.a. Mr. Matt's The Guns and Geeks podcast, The Week in Geek. So you'll probably be talking about Midway and maybe Dr. Sleep this week. At 10 p.m. Eastern, it's intentionally left blank whenever they feel like it. And every weeknight at midnight Eastern, it's the Daily Gun Show. Also, check out GunTube.org as a free and unrestricted Pro 2A video platform. If you like what you see, go over to Patreon and tell Nightstrike to fix the live chat. For cool and unique 2A swag, go to GearWebsites.com, and for the love of God, please buy a 2A Hero handgun patch, maybe. Also, remember, a hot dog is a sandwich, Slim Jim is candy, and for the love of the flat disc that Crom has given us, never, ever throw your chat link out onto the live side of the chat. Also, if you happen to like a wonderful soft fudge, please remember to visit Uranus Fudge Factory, somewhere between snob and not snob.
I'm pretty sure they showed a picture of the Uranus Fudge Factory on Black Cat's chat on Saturday.
Oh,
yeah, but there's too many nuts in that one.
There you go.
All I'm gonna say is, I give you kudos for remembering all this chat and this guy and this date.
It's called. There's this wonderful new thing that they just came out with. I think
it's called a calendar. Maybe write it all down.
Maybe I think it was 5,000 BC or so. Called paper.
Yeah. Guess what? I don't write shit down, so I jump in whenever, and who's ever live. I'm like, I try and catch everybody. I can't keep track, dude. I watch so many channels, and I can't keep track of them all.
Obnoxious put up an Instagram photo and tagged me in it of Sarge and Snob in the kitchen at their house. 2 cops in the kitchen. Don't they know how dangerous that is to be in the kitchen? That's the most dangerous place. That's the most dangerous place in the whole damn house. You got to teach those guys a lesson. All right. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.
Adios.
Take it easy.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for
See
the
ya.
invite.
Thank you.
Peace to all.
LFT and Fridge.